I didn't have my microphone in. But I saw someone comment something. Do I kind of feel bad for Biden? Yeah, with Biden, it's a hard situation. Biden right now, I mean, this is what's happened is it's a literal soft coup. They've admitted it. And so with Biden, yes, he's too old. Yes, he probably shouldn't be running for re-election. But they voted for him. He's the nominee. And it's so disingenuous. And then they come out and say, well, didn't you want Biden gone? Well, I don't think Biden should serve. But this whole idea, they're the ones that started the entire for democracy argument. Kamala Harris hasn't gotten a single vote on the national level. So they're the ones that started it. But yeah, I do kind of feel bad for Biden to a degree. But at the end of the day, he never should have been here in the first place. He should have been removed 2 years ago. Now they're doing it because they saw after the debate, this is collateral. They gave Biden an ultimatum. You guys know I called that yesterday. Now it's all come out. It's true. New York Post reports Biden's, Nancy Pelosi said, we're going to do it the easy way or the hard way. We're going to 25th Amendment you. But yeah, what's up? What's going on, guys? Jonathan, what's up, man? Yeah, we've got some OGs in here, it looks like. I saw the Freedom Tower. Jonathan, you don't feel bad for Biden? Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. Biden is power hungry, but they've all come out now, and I'm going to react to some of this stuff, but they're coming out. They're saying, oh, it's a new election. We've totally reset everything. These people have been unbelievably inept, and they think they can just wipe it away. This is what I said like 2 weeks ago when they started the whole process. They don't just get to wipe everything away and say, oh, that was Biden, it wasn't Kamala. They're not even talking about Kamala's performance as VP. They're going back to her time in California when she was a mess there as well. But they want to wipe away the last 3 years. These are the same people that said Biden was like a great president. Now they want to wipe it away completely. They're not even running on the last 3 years. You want DNA proof Biden is Biden? You've seen that clip of Biden talking. That is AI. I'm not kidding you. It came back a 98% match. Now I know that, you got to listen to this clip. Oh, we've got this as well. We've got video footage with crooks, and you can see the blood stream going down the side of the roof there. And this situation, I'm going to have to do a separate video on the Butler situation. There's so much about it. I think I might just do it with it, in front of an actual camera, because this is a really unstable time. They're not even hiding it. They want Trump dead. If Trump actually something happens to him, who's going to lead the party? I think it's going to be Vivek, but somebody's going to have to really lead the party because this is a very unstable time right now. Doesn't the VP have to initiate the 25th? Yeah, I'm sure that was part of it. Yeah, I believe you are right, but I'm sure that was part of it. I mean, she was probably in on it. And a lot of this it's all politics under the guise of, we feel bad for you, we're doing this for your sake. And then I do think that the whole, COVID thing was the whole thing is just very strange. Like, he gets COVID, but he's still talking to people. He's not masking at all. He gets on a plane. They put out the statement on Sunday afternoon. It's this monumental thing. It's just remarkable. That statement was crazy at 1 o'clock, one of the biggest statements ever. Go vlog in Butler, camp on the roof. I think Butler might be like 3 hours from my house. I mean, it's not that far, but if it was like an hour, I would visit it because it's a historic thing. Biden died years ago. Come on, we're not gonna. But no, you guys got to listen to this. The end of this clip is hilarious. I got to find where this actually was. Oh, this dude's doing a victory lap. Yeah, so the global press yesterday, tweeted out that a verified source has informed the global press that Biden is currently in hospice care, unlikely to survive. And then you've got this raw alerts, like trying to do a victory lap. And then under this, they're like, please subscribe to me. It's like, dude, you're literally verified. You're getting enough money. You got to stop with that stuff. You're tweeting stuff. People asking for these. You're a news. I guess they're a news organization asking for subscriptions. Let's get to this. Oh, this dude. So you've got some liberal 22-year-old running around. He runs over a Trump supporter because he's so triggered. And then he goes back to his house, and I mean, that whole situation is bad. Is Trump too old to serve? I did react to that earlier today. Where is that video? Oh, here it is. Watch the.
I know yesterday's news was surprising and it's hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me.
I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me. That doesn't sound real. Just blocked Raw alerts 20 minutes ago. I hate his fake videos. They put out videos, I didn't know that. But it's like really a victory lap? Come on. I did a victory lap when Biden stepped down. I mean, it was pretty funny, you know. A lot of us were vindicated. We called it. But they were the ones that said no, but it was a conspiracy theory. Now all the conservatives on Twitter are saying, you're the... I mean, there's literal tweets from like New York Times saying, the conservative conspiracy theory to get Biden out. Yeah, and then it's reported that's what they did. Yeah, that voice is bad. I mean, not that it matters. Biden is speaking tomorrow night. Biden is speaking tomorrow night, apparently, and we'll get to see him. Liberals are all saying Trump is too old to be president. Well, I mean, they just out themselves as total hypocrites. But even that argument, I mean, we just saw Trump in the span of a week survive an assassination attempt, get back up 1 minute later with blood running down his face. He's totally fine. Then he talks for an hour and a half, looks perfectly normal on Thursday night during the RNC. So none of that, they're just lying. They think they have this leverage now. It just shows you how hypocritical they are. It's just based on what benefits them at the time. You would think they would be like, well, listen, we just said for, in the last 8 months, age doesn't matter. Yes, we know Biden's old, but it's fine. And now that they've got the younger candidate, because the older candidate got beat so bad by Trump in the polls, they had to force him out, literally force him out by blackmail. Remember, these people that love democracy. No, they love democracy. How could anyone that isn't mentally ill be a Democrat? Well, I mean, it's a partisan world. There's going to be people that listen. There's normal people that are Democrats. It is what it is. It's millions and millions and millions of people. Didn't you used to make sports content? Yeah, I kind of still do. It is the college football off season. I mainly do college football stuff, but there's just not a lot going on. Perfect time to stream. Well, Nancy Pelosi's 84. Yeah, but she's not in a position anymore, but she still has huge influence. It's like Obama. They still have huge influence. The word sounds slow slurred. Well, dude, if you watch the end of it, it sounds so AI. But not that it really matters. If Biden speaks tomorrow night, I'll keep a close eye on all the phony presentation. Well, I still think Biden's going to step down, or Biden's going to have to be removed. He's going to, it's just too old. He's too old. It's a charade. There's no way he's finishing it out. Florida is on fire. Is there a wildfire? Did you see the Chris Tyson situation? Yeah, it's not surprising. They were taking apparently live streams down. Hey, dude, I know what you're talking about. RB, that account. I'm not even sure if that's a real person, but like 4 weeks ago, I don't know how these people do it. They like comment right under tweets. Like that's how they get famous. They'll comment under a tweet that gets big, and then that'll get them notoriety. And then that, but I know, dude, I blocked that account on like my alt account because it was just annoying. It was like the first thing I would see under every conservative tweet. You got some Bitcoin, man. You got a lot of money. you can donate to me. 2016 Gary Johnson versus RFK. Oh, RFK. Gary Johnson was a very weak candidate. Didn't Gary Johnson get 2% or something? I mean, he was almost beaten by Jill Stein. Old 2020 prediction video. Well, yeah. I mean, Trump lost. You know, we're not going to get into 2020. Why are you afraid if Trump loses? Well, if we get into Trump losing, that's a lot to take in. You know, we would have to see the situation. It's like all these liberals ask me the dumbass question: are you going to accept the result of the election? I don't know. Are you? You're the ones. And now we've got Kamala Harris in 2019 denying and saying that Trump's an illegitimate president. So will liberals accept the loss if they lose in 2024? They didn't in 2016. So it's like, let's just let the election play out. It's already really close, and Kamala hasn't even started campaigning yet. Yeah, well, they're doing a huge thing now. Huge thing. Why didn't police act quicker in apprehending the Trump shooter? I don't think he even called for backup, or did they arrive late? So there was something I wanted to talk about where they were talking about this, and I wanted to give my input. It is. Dude, oh yeah, this is really weird. Black Lives Matter comes out and like they're pissed off. This is the official Black Lives Matter. They're angry. We call on the DNC to create a process that allows for public participation in the nomination process, just not a nomination by party delegates. Look at all the pissed off libs. Well, not him, but there are. Oh no, well because I think because this is my conservative page. I'm not going to be able to see it, but there's a lot of pissed off libs under that. This body cam footage, guys, that is blood from Crooks right there, running down. Yeah, this is like right after. This is weird. So in this body cam footage, nobody is talking about this. They were talking about a bicycle that they found, and they thought it was Crooks or it was someone else's. I'm guessing it was someone else's. But it was just weird. Like, they're like, oh, is that his bicycle? We think it's his. They held the her tapes over Biden as leverage, drop out or release the tapes. I mean, that's exactly what I've been saying. You know, BLM's bad, but it is funny to see that. There's a difference between saying it was rigged yet still accepting it instigates an insurrection. Well, listen, that's a topic that, you know, I'll talk about, but if I get going, it'll be 30 or 40 minutes on that. Act Blue back in the news. Yeah, they get money from billionaires, and then they split it between a bunch of, you know, like 1 million different accounts, and then it's grassroots. It's all these people donating $20. No, it's multi-billionaires donating to these people. It's from like Switzerland too. It's all illegal to get money like that, if that is true. This is a crazy, crazy clip. This is a brutal clip. Wildly irresponsible for Trump to say that the Secret Service didn't protect him. Let me repeat that quote. Widely irresponsible for Trump to say the Secret Service didn't protect him. It was literally over. Trump was going to die. I don't know what. It's just. That's one of the dumbest quotes I've seen. How violent will the DNC be? I think the lefties were trying to burn down Chicago. The Palestine people, dude, but they're going to have so much police. Remember, they wanted to defund the place, but they're going to have almost like a military thing there because it's a horrible look for their party. This is the DNC. It's supposed to be their week. They're supposed to get a polling bump. So they're going to try and just completely denounce all the Palestine stuff, but it's more so they just want it to go away. I don't know if there's enough people to cause a crazy up. I don't think there is at the DNC. There's not going to be. Cheadle is the dumb. Cheadle is like the front woman, the front man, the front woman, whatever. They send her to the wolves. She can't answer any questions. It's a horse and pony show. They just wanted her to go out there to take all the heat. She doesn't answer anything. Turn my mic volume up. I mean, I think it is. Hold on, it is up all the way. I don't know. Well. Does the Palestine thing keep them from making Governor Shapiro the nominee? Yes, probably. Isn't that crazy with the Democratic Party? Well, I mean, I guess, no, I mean, Jewish people are white, so racism against them is good. That's what this party thinks. Do you think the Democrats will legalize meth? My mic is good. Yeah. You criticized your opinion. The Pac-12 needs to merge with the ACC. The Pac-12 doesn't really exist anymore, man. Kamala boycotting Netanyahu. Well, yeah, that Israel situation is a mess in and of itself. But yeah, I mean, they are boycott. They're not even meeting now. Trump is forced to go meet with Netanyahu. Trump's like the acting president right now. Dude, come on. I need a moderator in here with this dude. I almost added him as a mod. Is there a liberal YouTuber version of me? Well, I was gonna do a funny separate video being a liberal, but I mean, I don't know, man. Dude, what is this dude? This dude has like 30 accounts. Dems call for the taking of Jewish life while calling Republicans National Socialists. Not even sure I can put the abbreviation. Yeah, that situation is messed up. Normie cons are so... Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's changing a little bit with Israel, with Republicans, but there's still a staunch support for Israel. And right now for Trump, it's better that he does support him. Yeah, I mean, there's a troll in here. I had to remove him. Am I going to be playing GTA 6? Man, GTA 6, that's got to be a great game. Matthew, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Interview Nick Fuentes. I don't think that would be necessarily good for me keeping my advertisement money. Lickman is doing a live stream right now. He's a little clown. Shouldn't he lose all of his... He should lose all of his support or any type of... in terms of predicting elections. It's just... He came out and said that they need to keep Biden. Biden's going to win. It's all because of the keys. I mean, why would anyone trust what he says now? They removed Biden because they admitted Biden couldn't win. He was saying to keep Biden. It makes no sense. Have you done your daily worship on January 6th? It's getting late. I got to do it. Trump Burger? I never heard of that. What is it? Just a Trump restaurant? What do you think is going to happen to the new Brown Stadium? That's a good question. It's hard to say. I think they probably get a new stadium, but those things do go quiet. Apparently, there's another spot where the stadium could be. It's at an old airport. It's just to the northeast of the Brown Stadium. It's right along Lake Erie as well, but I don't think it's going to be that. All the rumors start all coming out. I think it's going to be, where the original spot was. Have liberals always been acting how they've been acting recently? Well, they've always been acting like this, at least in the 2020s. But what you're seeing is them kind of opening the curtain with the instability that's going on within their party. There's so much instability right now with they're starting to lash out. Trump is going to cook Kamala so bad. Well, apparently now Trump wants multiple debates with Kamala. That's an interesting little photo there. I feel like some of my likes don't even get saved. It's weird. Like I'll like something and it doesn't get saved. Voters down ballot will be seen in every Senate race from. That's a nothing. New updated poly market betting odds. Trump at 300 electoral votes. That's with two toss-ups in the Rust Belt, Michigan and Wisconsin. William, I appreciate the dono. I know they are communists, but get yourself a Starbucks or whatever. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Are you a fan of auto racing? I'm not. Thoughts on Mark Kelly being 38 cents? Yeah, it looks like it's possibly going to be him. I don't think it really affects it. Maybe Arizona starts to become like 50-50, but there's no Rust Belt draw. It might be Mark Kelly because they think he can still relate to the Rust Belt, I guess, while also trying to take back Nevada and Arizona out west. JFK would be, yeah, I mean, but both parties were a lot more centered. I mean, conservatives always had, I think conservatives are a lot more out there now with Trump. They're a lot more aggressive. Steve, I appreciate it. Who is your prediction for Kamala's VP? Well, I mean, he just did say, he informed me that it looks like Mark Kelly, 38% chance right now. Shapiro trending down. I'm not even kidding you because he's Jewish. I'm not kidding. Maybe a little bit, but they did say it was a thing. Am I going to do an election night live show? Hopefully. I mean, yeah, I plan on it, obviously. I want to start the election night stream at maybe like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe try and do a 12-hour, go from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. Try and do a 12-hour stream, but I don't even know if you can go that long. YouTube like restricts it. Well, you can. I think you can stream that long, but it might not fully save the video or something. I should debate Alan Lickman. I mean, what's the point? I mean, I'd love to debate him. The problem is, I don't even think he does debates. And on top of that, he's a delusional liberal. He doesn't even like his idea of an actual 13 keys or like subjective prediction. He hates Trump. He said that. So why would anyone take a model that's subjective in and of itself, which a lot of the keys are? Why would anyone take that seriously? Why doesn't he answer that question? Is there any liberal candidate you think would be decent in terms of winning? It would be Michelle Obama probably. I don't think anyone else. Whitmer, nah. The problem with really any of them, it's just so undemocratic, and I think they know that. They're like, well, it has to be. It has to be. I don't know what I was saying. Gordon, I appreciate it. Do you think Cardi will drop this year? What is that? An album? I don't know. Stop saving after 12 hours. Watch a lot of weather YouTubers and they talk about the limit. They'll delete after. Yeah, I actually want it to be saved. So I can't do a 12-hour stream then because I want it to be saved. You can't cover up the election. The states that stop consoling in order. Well, I mean, dude, if we do the whole thing with cheating, we're going to demoralize people. They need to vote. Have you been working on the video suggestions? Yeah, man, I'll look into that. You rubbed one out to January 6th. Let me get you a big Etsy sign that just says January 6th, and I think you'll be aroused. How long until Kamala honeymoon goes away? Well, there was a tweet that talked about like some Republican. Oh, what is this? Thomas Crook's father seen in public for first time since his son nearly assassinated Trump. Yeah, that dude looks like a weirdo too.
No comment.
That dude's got a ton of groceries. Holy hell. Look at that. That dude's got
No comment.
Were there
Really
any
a
warning
mess.
signs, Matthew?
No comment.
How's Mary holding up? No comment.
We'll release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. Until then, we have no comment. We just want to try to take
that
care of
mask
ourselves right
screams
now.
lib.
So please, give us our space.
Matthew.
What a weird situation. I think he looks homeless. Yeah, that kid's a patsy, man. That kid was manipulated into doing that. There's no way he did that on his own. He's living in isolation. Yeah. Well, why didn't the woman go out and get it for him then? What happens if they both get 269 electoral votes? Trump would win if that's the case. Stream on January 6th. So, yeah, it's going to be another anniversary for January 6th. Looks like it was just for him. Is that Santa Claus dude his dad? Yeah, yeah. What a weird family. Very, very strange vibes from that situation. Yeah, 100. But dude, free the people. Think about how deep does it actually go, because there's no way the Secret Service would just let him sit there and aim for that long. So how deep does it go? Not only is it with crooks possibly communicating with people overseas, communicating people with near the White House. I think it's probably 4chan or 8chan. That's how they recruit these people to do this. And you know, it's a long process. They rev them up. You have to do this. You have to do this. We'll aid you. We'll help you. When are the next debates? I don't know if they're still doing the September 10th debate. That was supposedly the next one. There was supposed to be a J.D. Vance versus Kamala debate soon. That's obviously not happening. It's going to be J.D. Vance doing probably just one debate against possibly Mark Kelly. I mean, now that becomes a lot more boring. I was looking forward to the Vance-Kamala debate. Like, Mark Kelly is going to be kind of a run-of-the-mill. Democrats will riot if Trump wins. I mean, they'd probably get mad. They didn't even do that much in 2016. It's more of the BLM stuff in 2020 is when they went crazy. Yeah, it's got to go really deep. I plan on doing a video trying to make sense of everything, and I do. There was I think it was probably 4chan or 8chan, and you know, but again, that's only one part of it. That's only one part of it. The second part is how they let the kid do that. Like, they let the kid do that. That just doesn't happen with somebody like Trump and how famous he is, and, you know, likely to win the next election. And Trump he's everything right now for the Republican Party. I'm not saying that to try and worship him. I'm just saying that's the seismic situation. Trump's got like a 99% approval rating. If there was one person that would change America if they got assassinated, like, it would change everything, it would be Trump. Like, by far, there's not another person. Crook's shooting club was also a training facility for Homeland Security. Really? Yeah. Well, another interesting thing is that he used his father's AR, and I think that was obviously very smart. If he was communicating with someone else, it makes perfect sense. You get everyone off the scent. Just use your dad's. You know, don't buy one. We're not going to give you any money. It looks so much better. Van Jones started crying when Biden dropped out. I know. He constantly does it. It's every day. Van Jones, Rachel Maddow. One of them is going to be crying. You are smarter than an average American. Have CIA ever offered you a job? Well, no. I mean, you need some serious qualifications for that. But I would never join something like that. What weighs more, the dad or the grocery cart? Oh, G. Scott coming in the stream with the headbutter with the comment. Coming off the top rope. That's not nice. That's not nice. Mark Cuban is more important. Yeah. You know what? What weighs more? Mark Cuban's white guilt or that shopping cart combined with the father? What do you think weighs more? Cheeto resigned? Yeah, Cheeto was the useful idiot for them. They just threw her out like a shield and said, just answer all these questions. You're dead. You're gonna resign anyways. You're done. Crook's parents look like Antifa. Well, I mean, the mask gives it away. Sometimes I'm too truthful. What do you mean by that? If they went as far as trying to take Trump out, then voter fraud seems inevitable. Lone, that's an amazing point. These people have, it's not, I can't even say gloves off. I don't have an actual comparison to what they've done. Like this is derangement. They try and have Trump killed. Now they're blackmailing their own, the democratically elected nominee of their party. When no one ran against him, they made it as easy as possible. The first primary was in South Carolina to make sure Biden won the first primary, so none of the other candidates could get any momentum, like Dean Phillips or Williamson. Not saying they would have won, they would not have, but I'm just like, and now because Biden was going to get crushed by Trump, they do a switcheroo. But no, whoops, guys. I'm a liberal. I'm sorry. The last 3.5 years have been hell. Oopsie. But just please vote me back into office. Or no, don't vote me back into the office. It's a new day. Now it's Kamala. I'm sorry the last 3.5 years have happened. Can we get a redo, please? That's what they're doing. Cheeto was absolutely, Cheeto got destroyed. Pepsi or Coke? I'd probably say Coke. Last month has to be the craziest in politics. Yeah, it would probably be up there. If they thought they could cheat, they wouldn't have tried the assassination. Yeah, man, I think they're so deranged at this point. But dude, the thing with them is, it's so funny to see these conservative, influencers on X. They're like, don't forget about the assassination. Nobody's gonna forget about that. Nobody's gonna forget about that. Nobody will ever forget about that assassination attempt, especially with the way it was documented, with all the photos, the bullet going right by him, and there's zero answers for anything. There's zero answers for anything on it. I mean, this type of stuff is just, it's not helpful. Do you actually consider yourself a liberal? I mean, obviously I'm not a liberal, no. No, I'm a classic liberal. I'm kidding. Thoughts on the Chris Tyson situation? Yeah, I mean, it's typical. How about all these people not coming out against it because they're scared because it's, a trans person involved? All the people that immediately came out against Dr. Disrespect, who, listen, I don't even like the dude. I've never watched him before. I think what he did was bad, but they come out against him, and people are making the comparison. Those same people, these are liberal people, they can't do the same thing because of the identity politics, because of the LGBTQ. They can't do it. They think it would enforce a stereotype. Thoughts on Sketch getting stretched? Yeah, that was a weird, yeah. I mean, that was a shocker for sure. Have you seen the illegal immigration in Springfield, Ohio? Yeah, I live 10 minutes away from there. Dude, have you seen any of the immigrants trickle into your city? I mean, they literally have like 30% immigrants now. Do you think people glaze January 6th more, or Germans glazing Hitler in 1945? Well, Hitler was not popular in 1945, man. Maybe in 1935, yes. But Pokimane said she was disgusted. Yeah. It's Pokimane. It's like all those girls who, they get to where they are based on their looks. They play these little games and they think like, oh, they're very successful. They're multimillionaires. What is your actual asset? What if you didn't have the? I mean, I guess that's actually a question for me too. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Brown's getting a new stadium, hopefully. Did you see the Trump golf video with? Was it with DeChambeau? I did see a little of that. Are you gonna watch Twisters? You know, I will say the thing about Twisters. I saw the trailer. The trailer irritated me. It was just constant loud noises. Like normally in trailers, sometimes they do a really loud noise and then they build it up with dialogue, and then they go back to like the main. But it was just constant. You know, Joker 2, that's coming out as well. It does not look very good, guys. Let me tell you something. You should watch the first Joker, not the second one, because I know the second one it's trending. The trailer, the first Joker trailer, the music they used, that's an all-time trailer. It's a really good trailer, man. I think it came out in 2019. Thoughts on Biden administration with all the DEI hires? It's a total mess, obviously. Jill paid Cheadle an undisclosed amount regardless if she was successful. I don't think Jill's involved in any of this, man. And I'm not saying Jill's an angel, but this is way higher up than that. And this is something that goes on for years and years and years when it comes to recruiting these kids. If that's actually what happened. But like this idea that this kid somehow got in his head that he had to do this and everything worked out perfectly and it just all aligned and he did everything right and he hid the gun beforehand and he had explosives in his car and he just waddled up onto the roof and it just all worked out for him. Is that what we're really going to go with? Is that the story they're going to go with? And it's like, well, we admit there's poor communication. What? There's poor communication. There's not even a remote chance for that to even happen with 130 yards out. Harris raised 81 million. Yeah, I saw that. CNN pretending Kamala isn't a DEI hire but can't explain why she was picked. Yeah, I mean, there's zero argument. Well, the problem is those people will never be pressed. Put them in a debate against someone and say, we have your network literally interviewing Biden where people ask and they say, you need to pick a minority female. What does that mean exactly? And there was really only one minority female that was in the race because Gabbard wasn't part of that whole thing at that point. And did you see the protest at Captain today? No, I don't know what you mean. Saying Kamala wrong. It's Kamala. No, I don't give a shit. I mean, those people that, yeah, they were like, it's hate speech. Yeah, it's hate speech. All right. You were right about Jill and Hunter screaming at the top of their lungs. Yeah, that was hilarious, dude. I didn't even see that in the tweet until I actually filmed the video, and I was like, damn, I've got to nail this and try and, talk about what I had said before about the fire department being called. The protests in D.C. today. What were the protests for exactly? I did not see them. At the Capitol for Palestine, when they were inside, if that's what you're talking about. Biden literally said DEI is a great thing about Harris. Well, Biden is just so lost at this point, it's not even funny. Bunch of Palestine. Yeah, I did see that. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded, tie game. You have to pick one pinch hitter. Your options are Biden, McConnell, 2010, Robert Byrd, 2000, Reagan, 2018, McCain. I think you have to probably go McCain. He seems like someone that can take a walk or something. He'd probably just try and get a walk. I mean, I guess Biden would as well. Can I vote you? Is that what you meant to say? That's a wasted vote, man. The Nashville Rays, not anymore. No, the Rays are staying put. Is Biden dead? Remember that? Remember when they reported that? I mean, I don't think Biden's doing well based on what's happened this past week. you don't just put out statements when you're stepping down. That's a seismic thing. You need to address people. What do you think about the Titans' new stadium? I may be the only Titans fan you've ever seen in the chat. Ha! Yeah, the Titans are kind of an obscure team, I agree. But that new stadium looks pretty good. The interior of it's kind of bland, but it's a different design. It's like a futuristic, almost like mansion type design. That's the vibe I get from looking at the exterior. Where do you think Biden is right now? Well, I mean, they would say he's probably sleeping at right now. It's any big news today? Yeah, I guess there's big news on the assassination attempt. Can you do a video? What if 9/11 didn't happen? Would there be another attack? Well, it's impossible. Well, maybe I can look back and see. You mean if they didn't do 9/11, would they go with something else involving flying plane? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. There was another plot, the Bajanka plot. I tried to do a video on it. It got demonetized. But that was before September 11th. It wasn't like they would try that after. The Dems are furious how good Trump is at golf. Yeah, I mean, Trump is pretty, you know, he looks pretty decent for 78 in terms, definitely in terms of his talking ability. when you said Trump is 235 solid muscle. Yeah, Trump is actually like, I think 6'2.5". They're like, he's 6'1". I mean, I think he's at least 6'2", maybe 6'2.5". Should Alex Jones advise Trump? Alex is a true patriot. He's very impressive. I'm here an hour out from LA, and I wore my MAGA hat on the flight. Are you on a flight with Wi-Fi? No one said anything? Yeah, apparently people, you know, there's been a lot of people in LA that are starting to wear MAGA stuff, and because of the assassination attempt, nobody's giving them shit for it. It's because people feel bad for Trump now. How would you advise the Trump camp? In what form? Like, what is the strategy situation? Who do you think Kamala will do better or worse than Hillary? I would imagine worse. Hillary at least, you know, had some things going behind her. She was the first. She's like the OG vote for me because I'm a woman. That's all you should need. I mean, that's Kamala's message as well. Kamala literally stealing I'm with her. Literally just stealing it. So I think Kamala is like the horrible. I mean, Hillary was bad, don't get me wrong. But in terms of like electability, Kamala is like they make a second film and it's worse than the first one, even though the first one was bad. That's Kamala to Hillary. Trump is 6'3". You know, he listed himself as 6'3". I know that. He's probably 6'2.5". But, I mean, liberals say he's 6'1". There's no way. Did liberal women really say Trump is attractive like you said once? Listen, you know, you're going to have to find out for yourself on that. Trump for 400 votes. Electoral, it's very hard, but I guess it is kind of possible. But it's like the states that he has to win to get there are so challenging for any Republican at this point based on demographics. Where were the fighter jets during 9/11? They put fighter jets up. They didn't reach any. Apparently, they didn't reach any of the planes. People think they did reach the plane that crashed in Shanksville. There's a conspiracy that they shot it down. I mean, yes, it would make sense for them to shoot it down considering where the plane crashed into a no populated area, literally zero civilians around. So that would make sense, but I don't think that probably didn't happen. Kamala Harris media saying they made him scared. Yeah, dude, I'm so numb to that stuff. It's like I'm still absolutely blown away that Biden said his handicap was down to 6. I mean, Biden can't even swing. You know, it's just like, it's sad. Where can I send you clips? I want you to check out this World Trade Center backrooms level in the game. Just maybe put them on Discord and at me on Discord with the video. What a joke that chat bracket was. That was a joke. I had to shut that down in like a minute. We would if I had done that chat bracket, we would still be here like filling out the final four. That's how slow it went. January 6th or Hiroshima. I mean, listen, if you talk to liberals, it's Jan 6th is a horrible event. Now they're just trying to obsess over the fake electors thing. They've lost the January 6th debate, so they have to like focus on it. Trump didn't cause anything. Now they're trying to do the fake electors thing, which, I mean, it's an official act. What is going on with Biden ghostwriter? What do you mean ChatGPT writing all this stuff? I mean, ChatGPT is smart. I do ask ChatGPT, what is the value of countries? Like, what's the literal value of countries? I have ChatGPT 4. I mean, obviously, when you talk about, like, it is a liberal thing. And that's the thing with AI. I'm not going to get into this because it's... Why did the passengers fly the plane into the ground instead of attempting to land anywhere? Well, they didn't have control of the plane. That's the problem. Listen, the terrorists, they knew the passengers were coming in. They were already rocking the plane back and forth. They put it into a nosedive because they didn't want the passengers taking over. And the mission was always, if something bad happens, crash it and don't allow it to be taken over by the civilians. Can you be a Republican and conservative at the same time? I guess it depends on what you define as a Republican versus a conservative. Some people think they're the same. It depends on your definition of them. Is Trump Putin lapdog? No, Trump actually wants peace. He does have a nice relationship with Putin. I will say that, but it's not like the left. It's not like the left is saying it. They're saying, oh, you know, now it's come out. Elon Musk is connected to Russia. Yeah, Elon Musk with Grook. Henry, I appreciate that, man. How did the terrorists get past the cockpit doors? Well, that's 2001 for you. You know, the cockpit doors were not reinforced. They were opened plenty of times. Nobody ever dealt with a situation like that. They could ram them open with a cart. You know, the cart for drinks, and it was relatively easily to get in for them. Biggest event. You know what I think? I think I would put January 6th number 1. Maybe the creation of our universe at number 2. Maybe the Big Bang at number 3. Trump is no one's lapdog. That's just liberal narrative about Russia, man. Friends close, enemies closer. Yeah, no, I agree. I think Trump wants what's best for America. Fake elector scheme is an official act. How so? Well, that's something that's been tried several different times in the 1960s, and even if something like that would have went through with Pence, it would have gotten shot down by the Supreme Court. That's fear-mongering by the left. They think Trump was trying to just take over everything. It's not even possible. We have a checks and balances system. They won't say that it's not possible. It's just fear-mongering. So you're telling me Trump's going to put in fake electors, Pence is going to verify it, and then Trump's going to remain in power? If everyone on the plane rushed the cockpit, I think it would work. Well, a lot of them did. That's not the issue. Once the terrorists knew that was happening, they start rocking the plane. You have no control over your body when a plane is rocking like this. You can't move forward. You're just getting banged everywhere. That was the issue. It's not like they just said, oh, here they come, we're just going to land it straight down. They started rocking the plane back and forth. You from Ohio? Yeah, I am. January 6th was the biggest event, bigger than World War II. I mean, January 6th was really bad. January 6th, you know, one person died, 0 Trump supporters. Trump said be peaceful. It was horrible. We did a 99% tax rate. Yeah, listen, some people do want a 99% tax rate if you make over $1 million. A lot of, not a lot. Like, there's some socialists that want that. It's been tough keeping up with you lately. Lots of great content, however, hard to miss these live sessions. Yeah, I've been doing a lot more of the live sessions. How did Jack get so... No, dude, that was that area was a complete mess in between the second plane getting hit and when the and the or excuse me, the second tower getting hit and then the second tower collapsing. That window is when he shot most of his footage. There's, I think anyone could just walk in there. It was such a mess. It's not like there's police saying no, don't go in there, and they blocked everything off. You don't have time to do that. There's like debris falling. They could go technically anywhere. Now, obviously, you wouldn't go anywhere. The buildings were unstable. Like him getting those shots in that video was so crazy. Building 7 explains Shanksville. I don't know, man. I could talk to you about Building 7 and how it really doesn't make sense that they would blow that up at that point that late in the afternoon. Safety back then was bad. Like, did anyone not realize multiple hijackings not to reinforce the door? Well, yeah, they reinforced it. I mean, that's when we became entwined with security at the airport with everything with TSA. They take situations and then they use those situations to take rights away from people. And whether you agree with certain things or not, we evolve as a society, and what ends up happening is more and more and more and more and more of our rights get taken away. China's about 10 steps ahead of us in terms of that. They've already got the social credit system in place. So they're way ahead of us. But as we get closer and closer to technology, the rights are going to be limited, 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 limited. Why would they be limited? Because we're dumbass humans. We kill each other. We murder. We're not perfect. AI is perfect. The AI gods are perfect. They can program robots to be perfect and always do a perfect thing all the time. That's the big issue. Building 7 held a lot of secrets. I know, I've heard about that in its basement, but you think they would save those. I guess it's 2001 maybe. But I think that's just kind of cope for a conspiracy. Like, you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole by saying, oh, there was so much shit in its basement, they wanted it destroyed. If there was so much stuff in the basement, why wouldn't someone with high level clearance just destroy it themselves rather than blowing the building up? YouTube has been spamming Kamala ads the last 2 days. Really? Well, I have YouTube. Is it still called YouTube Red? No, I think it's called YouTube Premium now. I have that premium. It's like $15 a month. I don't get any ads. Thoughts on Trump going on Rogan? I'll do a live stream when that happens. I'll have to react to it. Before 9/11, anyone could go to the gates of the airport. Yep. I mean, I didn't even grow up during that time, so it's crazy to me. Got YouTube Premium. I think YouTube, if you watch YouTube a lot, YouTube Premium, $15 a month. I think you could get a free. I'm not even trying to shill for YouTube because YouTube actually likes ads. They make more off of ads than the premium, I think. But I'm just telling you, if you watch a ton of YouTube every day, the premium is basically a must. Like, if I went back to watching ads, I couldn't do it. Every single ad I get is Kamala. Yeah, it's not surprising. Well, they got $81 million. They got to spend it. And they've got a bunch of money from Biden's war chest that they held off on. Remember, they cut off Biden's spending like 2 weeks ago and said, no, you're not spending anymore. Do you have a vid explaining what happened inside the planes? I'm sure there's a few different videos I've done on that. Is there a 9/11 conspiracy you believe? Well, the 9/11 stuff is interesting when you look at the FBI and the CIA communicating that they knew the would-be terrorists were in the United States. And also the Condoleezza Rice stuff where she tells Bush in early August, a month before 9/11, that there was a report that they're probably going to do something like a terror attack. And they actually said flying planes, using planes as weapons. And then the Geneva meeting months before, they had to shut down all the airspace because there was a threat that someone was going to fly a plane into the convention or whatever when they were all meeting. Never heard of ad blockers. Well, dude, like those, like, does that even work when you have an iPhone and an iPad? I mean, for a computer, I guess, but even those things were getting chopped by those things. Some sites you go on, they detect that you have an ad blocker. Maybe I just have a shitty one, but they'll detect it and they'll be like, you need to take the ad blocker off. That's how we make our money, and then refresh the page. No, creators get more from users that have premium. I don't know if that's true, man. It's really not noticeable either way. Do you think Trump is really second guessing Vance after Biden dropping out and JD being cringe? That's a few different times I've heard of. Did JD Vance say something that was really bad that I missed? January 6th gods made me do it. Well, that $2 is going to go to an Etsy sign that I'm going to be buying for January 6th. I'm going to do a video. It's just a massive January 6th sign. It'll be a skit, and it just says January 6th, and it's just me like worshiping it. Do you think Trump is really second guessing? Well, I don't know what stuff did Vance say that was bad. Have I heard of the airline disaster in 1996? I don't think so. I mean, I got really big into the disasters with the black boxes, like the last words from pilots. That stuff's really interesting. I've probably seen it, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know what Vance did that was so bad. The JD racist Mountain Dew comment is going around. Is that, I mean, I saw that. I don't think that's bad. JD Vance snapped because they call everything racist. That's it. It is what it is. He's right. I don't think it's an issue, you know? JD is just so fake. I had a Diet Mountain Dew and bet they're going to cancel me and call me racist because of it. I don't see the issue with that statement. They call everything racist. That's what they do. If they're pissed off about it, they should stop calling everything racist. Yeah, he did call Trump Hitler in 2016. I mean, people are trying to swing that like, oh, he realized, but dude, that's crazy that he actually was like a literal never Trumper. To say that live is crazy. JD is a beast. I mean, I listen, I was never a huge fan of the Vance pick, but it was insurance for Trump because Vance will go hard. Guys, can we stop with all the fucking shit under the comments? I have to correct you on something. 4 supporters died on January 6th. Giuliani still has the body cam footage on his channel provided. 4 Trump supporters died. I'd love to see that, the proof of that. Because they said the sham thing, oh, later people died and they blamed it on January 6th. Vivek was the obvious pick. Helped with the race dynamics so much. Now it looks sus. Yeah, I think not picking Vivek was more so to do with Trump didn't want to be overshadowed. Like, let's be honest, we all know Trump is a certain way. I think the panic over Vance. Well, the other thing with the Vance pick, and this is why liberals were so excited, if Trump picked Youngkin, that would give him a much better chance to win. Well, not a much better, but a better chance to win than picking Vance. If he picked someone more, they could even argue even like a Ben Carson to get a minority on the ticket. That might give him a better chance. Tulsi Gabbard would probably give him a better chance. She would appeal a lot to independents and women, and she'd be able to fight the female card that Kamala's going to play. That's why liberals got excited. Do I think I'll hit 200K? Well, I have no clue if I'll hit 200K or not. It's impossible to say. Some, just depends on if the videos hit the algorithm. Will you live watch the Trump Gulf video for us? I'll take a look at it. Divide Ukraine already, create a no-fly zone. Yeah, but how is it divided? How much land does Russia want? Ego played a part, yeah. Remember, what is Youngkin, like 6'7"? Youngkin would mog Trump. I don't know if but that's what they were saying. Like, the reason they didn't pick Youngkin was too tall. But I think Youngkin's only 6'5". I looked it up. They were like, Youngkin's 6'7", but no, he's 6'5". Trump's like 6'2.5". When am I going to make more Titanic vids? I mean, sometimes I just don't know, what to talk about when it comes to that Titanic. I did do it. Maybe I'll try and make another one on something. I'll have to think of something, though. Praise the Lord. Praise January 6th. How about Destiny against Andrew Wilson? A January 6th debate. Dude, if Andrew Wilson loses this, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Road to 200K. Thanks, man. I know you're a loyal supporter. I appreciate it. Oofy guy, can we not do the 30 spaces? Is Kamala black? Yeah, they said she's 25% black. Vivek 2028. It's gonna be tough if Trump backs JD Vance. It'd be hard for him. But I like Vivek. I talked about Vivek 2 years ago. I said this dude looks good. Gabbard is Klaus Schwab. Well, dude, is it I've heard so many different conspiracies about all these people being connected to Schwab or Bill Gates. I don't know, man. There was Vivek is another one because he got a scholarship. Will July 13th become a thing? Dude, it is one of the most historic events we've had in our lifetime. There's a photo of a bullet going behind Trump's head. The idea that liberals are coping, we're going to forget it. What? Do you not understand? The last time we had a true assassination attempt was 81. This is a huge thing. Don't allow the media to downplay it. Vivek is just a Republican Obama. Well, I mean, that was a narrative. Come on, man. I understand he said some things similar to Obama. I don't agree. Any update on the Ace Stadium? I did do a video on it. They can't get the funding right now. I still think they probably will get the funding. Any hopes for 2028 in terms of candidate? I guess, I'm sure DeSantis is going to give it a go. Vivek is going to give it a go. I'd imagine Vance. I'd imagine some people we're not talking about right now. I don't know if Youngkin will. Maybe he will. He'll get moderate support. Trump fell down right now. Hey, Ed, link it to me on my Twitter. It'd be better on my Twitter if you linked that on my Twitter. Under one of my tweets. Top 3 worst media outlets. Well, I think in terms of... There's definitely worse media outlets, but they don't have the reach that an MSNBC does. I think MSNBC is just so terrible. I mean, CNN is obviously left. The problem with CNN is they have people on that are just so biased. It's oh my God. I do like CNN's graphics. I would say a little bit nerdy, but they do have good graphics compared to Fox News. But just in terms of reach, NBC, CNN, ABC, worst media companies. Well, ABC, I really never watch ABC for news. I guess ABC in the morning, that's what people watch. So maybe they do have some reach. Why do I hate Kansas State so much? I don't hate Kansas State. Any updated swing state polls? Yeah, there's actually, I don't think there has been any updated swing state polls today. I'm sure all of them are doing the polls and they'll probably be out in 2 or 3 days, I'd guess. Presidential tier list coming. I mean, there's 2 candidates, I don't know how I can make a tier list. Maybe for 2028 I could do a tier list, but for 2024 it's pretty much, there's no point. It's Trump's last ride for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, at 78, I would definitely agree. Why didn't Trump pick Byron Donalds? Yeah, I do like Byron Donalds. I'd say he's definitely a better candidate than either Scott or Carson if you're going to go that route. Did I already address the video? Maybe I'll be able to find it. It depends. Sometimes my algorithm just it It gives me, like, we get a Trey Hendrickson. Former President Trump has agreed to debate Kamala. I mean, why are they calling her VP? That's, well, I guess technically she is a VP still. It is a charade, but yeah, Biden's still the president. If Trump loses, even if it's rigged, he ain't running again, so he has to win. Yeah, this has got to be it for Trump, I agree. Some people think no. I love Newsmax. Yeah, I mean, Newsmax, if you're right wing, you'll like it, I'm sure. Do you think Oregon will be a swing state in the future? I'll be interested to see how Oregon does. I mean, it seems unlikely to me. But who knows? I wish Oregon was a swing state. Well, according to one poll, it was like a 2-point lead for Biden, but I don't trust it. MSNBC said he was scared. Oh, MSNBC is wrong. Shocker. Thoughts on the Dems trying to save democracy by inserting a candidate no one voted for? January 6th mass has started, and Rachel Maddow is the priest. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's really rich coming from them. They just keep losing political leverage. No Republican should lose a debate to a Democrat pretty much ever. If you're talking about democracy, if you're talking about everything that they've put Trump through, if you're talking about the holier than thou, clutch my pearls, Trump's killing democracy, and then because their guy is losing, they take him out. And it was legitimately a coup. Like, they removed him. He didn't want to be removed. They gave him an ultimatum. It was blackmail. I think the Reuters poll is a push poll. Well, dude, a lot of these polls that just came out are not the best in terms of gauging this stuff. We need to wait at least 2 or 3 days, maybe even 4. This is the same stuff that happened during the debate. The only thing you can really look at in terms of is Kamala doing better than Biden is the betting, because the betting updates, every second. The polls do not do that. Will Kamala say brat before August? What the hell? Will Kamala speak at the Bitcoin conference? They said she was going to. Act Blue raises over $14.5 billion. $14.5 billion? Dude, what in the hell? Let's take a look. All of Oregon is basically red except Portland. Yeah. That's normally how it goes. Will Biden finish his term? 67% chance. They've got Trump at a 60, Kamala at a 37. Really not changing much. I'd like to see it's just fucking people talking. I'd like to see the actual map update, or like Michelle Obama, really the only one. RFK needs to just drop out at this point. It's over. Brat Girl Summer, what the hell is that? Yeah, I know Joe Biden is going to be talking. I'll have to do a reaction to it. Will you ever one day consider every aviation accident that happened throughout the years, like Flight 191 or Flight 103? Yeah, maybe I'll cover some of those. I don't know. It depends on other content that I might do. And if I think it has a good chance to hit the algorithm, things like that. Well, Smooth, they knew they were in the country. That's the crazy thing. The CIA and the FBI were communicating. I believe they knew pretty much all of the hijackers were in the country. Maybe not the muscle hijackers, but they were all communicating with each other, really, like via encrypted emails. You've got the same email address. You log on, you do that. They were being monitored, and then it happens. It's crazy. A lot of that is very, very complicated, though. Like, with those cells, they have to be eliminated at the exact same time. So if you go in and you get one of them but not the others, it just makes it 100 times worse. Trump will get cheers at the Bitcoin conference. Harris will get boos. I don't think she'll speak. I know that was reported. I highly doubt that'll actually happen. The brat thing is a forced TikTok meme, like Dark Brandon trying to turn Kamala into a girl boss. Jesus, man. Who is voting for Kamala based off of that? Ever check out The Dispatch? They have a good centrist podcast. No, I don't think I've ever heard of them. But nowadays, doesn't it go figure that I've never heard of them? They're centrist. Unfortunately, that's how it is nowadays. If you're a centrist and you're not on either side, it's going to be very hard to be known because liberals are going to get mad at you, conservatives are going to get mad at you. You've got Trump 278 to 260 as a centrist. I think you're overestimating Kamala, but I mean, look, that would be a Trump victory. But dude, the problem with your prediction in my case is Kamala very likely will receive a polling bump. So even if she gets a polling bump, you're saying you're going to predict her over Trump? I mean, I would not have Kamala at 260. Maybe after she gets her polling bump, maybe after she goes to the DNC, it gets a little bit tighter. And Republicans are expecting it. I mean, one of Trump's advisors put out a statement saying that the polls are going to get tighter. They're trying to tell Republicans that. Sure, I mean, this is what happens in elections. Remember, guys, the polls got tighter 3 months ago, and I just said, it's whatever. And now Trump's got the assassination attempt behind him. He's got all this momentum. We've got more debates with Kamala and Trump. Was choosing J.D. Vance a good pick by Trump or no? I would say average. It was Trump protecting his legacy. Vance is going to be a hard ass. He's going to be a MAGA person. But I think if you were going to go with someone like that, it would be Vivek. There could be other factors that played into him not choosing a Vivek. Not that it matters a lot because it's a VP position, but there's a number of different things that go into that. That's, they will rig it. Kamala wins. Time to doom. They're not going to have enough. They're not going to be able to do it. That's my projected polling bump. Biden prediction was 306 for Trump. All right, man. I mean, that's respectable as a centrist, as an independent. I understand your perspective. Politics are so polarized now. Third party is needed. Yeah, I really think there's going to be dialogue with a third party in 2028. Watched all of your MLB Stadium videos. Had no idea you did political shit. Been watching every day. Oh, by the way, Chase Field Arizona is nicer than you think. Well, look, Chase Field is going to be getting around a $450 million renovation. That's my prediction on Chase Field. They're also talking about maybe getting a new stadium, but RFK endorses Trump by Labor Day. Well, RB, it was reported that RFK said he would endorse Trump if Trump offered him a position in the cabinet. So it feels like that's going to happen. The thing with RFK, I'm not sure how much he moves the needle, actually, in terms of, like, helping Trump. Like, would it even be 1%, maybe 1%? Like, are RFK voters just going to go to Trump because RFK endorses him? Does RFK have a big enough base to... Because you would think, well, if RFK is getting 6 or 7% and he endorses Trump, Trump's going to be up by a lot. I don't think it's really going to really go like that. If you were Harris, who would you pick for VP? Does Vance debate play into the decision? No, there's zero chance I would consider a debate because the debates are largely, well, I say this and the debate literally forced by now, but normally the debates are, especially a VP debate, and by the way, that VP debate now that it's going to be Vance versus like Mark Kelly or Shapiro, that's going to be a snoozer. Nobody's going to be watching it. If it was Kamala, it would be more funny and there'd be people watching it, but now it's going to be like very boring. I don't think there's no way that, and the thing is with her choices right now, it's not like they would all debate terribly. I mean, you could argue Newsom would debate the best, but he's obviously not really a choice at this point. Shapiro, I mean, I thought it was going to be Shapiro, but apparently there's issues with him being Jewish. You were at Camden Yards a few weeks ago. If it wasn't for the warehouse, it would be the most basic MLB stadium ever. Well, it was one of the first ones to kind of have that motto with the upper deck, and Progressive Field and Coors Field followed it. I think the big issue with that, there's just such a... Well, listen, they've never renovated that stadium. That was built in 92. It's never been renovated. Like, look at Coors Field, look at Progressive Field. Both of them have had huge renovations done. So they are going to renovate it. It's going to be around, I think, $500 million renovation. RFK is former Trumpers and COVID. I don't think it's going to help much, honestly. Has anyone ever recognized you in public? No. I think that would be a bit awkward if that happened. I would try to not go out as. I mean, I don't think I get recognized, but yeah, there's a low chance of it, I guess. You're scared for the election. Well, I'm happy for the election. It's great to see. This is going to be a huge, I'm guessing, Trump victory. Vance is too awkward to win a debate. No, man. Vance is a very good speaker. He's a former lawyer. He's very sharp. Even liberals admit he's very sharp. Ivy League. I think Vance will do just fine. Van Jones said Kamala will win. Oh, I'm shocked. That's a crazy pick by Van Jones. Thoughts on the Alamo Dome? It's outdated. Upper decks, what about them, man? I'm waiting for a retractable roof. Yeah, I am too. I think Las Vegas might do it. It would be totally, there's no reason for it, but I think it'd be cool to see. Just for fun. I'm going to walk up to you and shake your hand at Olive Garden. I never go to Olive Garden. I hate Olive Garden, man. I don't like Olive Garden. Saw you at the coffee shop. I mean, I don't think I don't go to coffee shops, man. I went to go to Starbucks. Van Jones is Don Lemon 2.0. Well, Van Jones tries to do this whole charade where he tries to play both sides, like I'm a liberal, but he goes really hard. Remember his 2016 comments when he started fake crying, calling it a whitewashing, basically calling all conservatives racist because we voted for Trump? He said that, and those people were completely just self-combusting after Trump beat Hillary. None of them thought there was a chance of it. I go to Panera. I haven't gone to Panera in like 3 years, man. I hate Olive Garden, man. Stop. I hate Olive Garden. Hey, what's up, the Barbarian? Yeah, I saw DeChambeau's channel with Trump golfing today. Trump is a real down to earth dude. They need to show more of that in terms of his campaign. You set up a hidden camera over my bed. What a weird statement. Like they do at Airbnbs. Guys, don't go to an Airbnb. Just go to a hotel. Trust me. That's actually kind of an NPC statement now, because everyone's against Airbnbs. Airbnbs do suck. Have fun with the cleaning fee. You saw me in Berlin in 1939. I plead the fifth. I was in Berlin. I mean, Hitler didn't like me because I'm a ginger. I've been reincarnated. Chipotle. I go to Chick-fil-A a lot, not Chipotle. Fast food tier list. Yeah, that would. I think I've already done that in one of my tier lists on a live stream. Yeah, I agree. I don't like Olive Garden. The interior of Olive Garden is very dirty. It's dull. Outback or Texas? No. I mean, I used to do Five Guys a lot. Dude, I wonder how much Five Guys cost now. Oh my god. Five Guys like 2 years ago for a single person was like $23. I wonder how much it is now. For two people, it's probably like $70. Did you? Yeah. You guys are making me say some risky stuff here. Guys, let me get financially secure, and then I can start talking about some of this stuff because it won't matter what happens. Trump 190, Kamala plus or minus 190. Yeah, I think that's a fair. Those are fair numbers. I mean, Trump being minus 190 is very, very good news. That's almost minus 200. That's a clear favorite, especially this far out in an election. Why wasn't Barron at the RNC? Ask that bitch that asked. She was like, the only question I have now. This is like a 50-year-old woman on Twitter. The only question I have now. Where is Barron Trump, honey? What do you care? Five Guys ordered a burger and shake. It was $19. Maybe it hasn't gone up. I guess it depends where you live. Any tips on being 6th floor? Well, I do mog people. I remember when my Five Guys meal was like $13 in 2017. Yeah, well, actually, you know another place that's gone up a lot? Dairy Queen. You used to do a $5 lunch. Now I think it's like a $10 lunch. $5.38. I don't think any of those sites have updated yet. All of those sites that do forecasts and models, they need multiple polls of different states, and we don't have that right now. Now you can look at the betting because the betting updates, every day based on who bets on who. But in terms of like actual predictors, like this is my favorite model to use. I think it's still going to have Biden on here. Editor's note, July 31st, Joe Biden stepped down. We have paused the forecast until we have sufficient polling data. This is what they're all saying. Stephen Colbert. Dude, I saw a video of Stephen Colbert praising Trump like right when when Trump appeared on there during the Republican primaries in 2015. It was crazy. Olympics will get terrible ratings. Yeah, I think because the amount of political news, they'll probably not do well. How tall am I actually? I'm like 5'10" and a half. I know, dude. It was very creepy asking him, especially in that situation. Like the idea of framing a sentence. The only question I have, where is Barron? Real clear polling. I mean, you know what? I need to have a shortcut to get to Real Clear, but there's just not a ton of polls right now. Oh yeah, there are polls, I guess. Trump +1, tie, Trump +2. We're not gonna do this, man. Trump +2, Harris +1. Oh, this is Georgia. That's a good number for Harris. Trump +1. Georgia, you include everyone. Trump +2. Biden, that's actually a decent approval rating for Biden. He stepped down too soon. $5.38 has some polling. Yeah, but I don't think they have a forecast. What are some jobs you had before YouTube? I think I have a video on that. If you look up, I don't remember what it's called, but I talked about the jobs that I had. You mog Barron and Trump. What are you, 7 foot? Oh, G. Scott. You mog him with a headbutt. If Big Mike was running, he would be the betting favorite. Listen, I've looked at internal hypothetical odds. Yeah, that is true. Do you think Barron be fucking hose? Barron seems like a modest dude. I don't know. The media wants Trump elected. They can't hate on Biden. It's elder abuse. Hating on Kamala won't produce ratings. I mean, yeah, if they want ratings, they would want Trump to win. But to me, that's such a minuscule thing because they're still going to simp for any of the Democrats. Will any candidate get over 81 million votes? Well, I would imagine at some point if our population continues to increase. I don't think, listen, I don't know exactly what Trump is going to do with the Olympics. I don't know what I don't know what Trump is going to do with the border. But what I would want is a pause on immigration and then start the deportation. That's what I think he should do. And I think he's going to do that. I'm surprised Kamala is performing well in the polls. Those polls are decent for Kamala. Kamala just inciting violence. They all do that. Did you see the Mark Kelly daughter stuff? Was that the photo where they're trying to blame Republicans for maybe killing his daughter? Is that what's going on? Trump -200 is huge. Biden was -300 at the time in 2020. you took Trump plus 210 in 2020 at this time. That's an interesting bet. Dude, the problem with bets like that is you don't get your money even if you win. Like, that's a long-term investment. That's why I would never make a long-term bet. Nathan, what's up, man? It would be great to have Trump as president during the World Cup since the U.S. is hosting. Yeah, that would be badass. Nobody will fix the streets without Mexicans, though. That's a false narrative. That's a false narrative. We could afford to go down in population for a few years. I would like to take AOC to January 69. Yeah, it's like, hey, we finally get an attractive person in politics. You know, this is what people constantly do. Do you think... Who do you think will be the first president to get 100 million votes? Well, I mean, how am I supposed to answer that? I mean, seriously. Am I supposed to try and predict who the nominees are going to be in 2032? I'll say, I can't even predict, man. Bigger failure, Kamala, or the third deck boxes at Progressive Field. The shipping containers, well, I actually like the shipping containers over what they got now. Now they've ruined it even more. It's just a hollow shell. I'm not even kidding you. When will good movies come out again without a woke political agenda? I think it's kind of changing. I don't know, man. I don't pay attention to Disney, but I know there's been a big push, especially with how bad a lot of those woke movies did in terms of in the theaters, their ratings, so many of them failed. I think there should be a change, or at least get back to doing stuff like Finding Nemo, just, you know, but it's like, if they did Finding Nemo nowadays, it's like one of the fish is going to be trans, one of them is going to be a lesbian, you know. Was Dorothy a lesbian? Or did they not touch on that? Like, I don't think they touched on any of that stuff. Did you see the renderings of the new Calgary arena? I like the design a lot. Very nice design. Love the exterior, and really designing cool arena exteriors is so easy, but they went with the white to match, the cold climate. I think it's a really nice design. It's like white icy design. It's slick. I predict that this will be the second election where we get more votes than registered voters. Funny how that happens. When Musk buys Disney, I want Musk to buy Google so I can say stuff on YouTube that, Musk needs to... No, not Disney. He needs to buy Google. Have you seen the movie Twisters yet? No, I haven't. But I hear it's huge. Apparently it's playing like every 10 minutes at my theaters and stuff. How will the Russia-Ukrainian war end with Trump getting reelected? Well, nobody exactly knows how much land. I think the major key is, if Russia wants to do a peace agreement, how much land do they want? Is it just the two territories they're currently occupying? Or do they want more land to do the agreement and be peaceful? This is where it gets complicated. Zelensky's in a horrible position. He needs money. If he doesn't get it, he has no leverage. If the Guardians make the playoffs, will you go to a play and live stream a playoff game? I mean, I don't think so. You couldn't, with the Wi-Fi, I highly doubt you'd be able to even live stream at a playoff game or anything like that. Yeah, I know AOC was questioning Cheadle. That was a good question. Project 25 might make this a tight race. Dude, Trump came out hard against Project 2025. You know what that tells me? Unfortunately, the attacks on it are working. I did not expect Trump to come out that hard against that, because there are people that Trump knows that were working on that. And for him to say that, like, they're right-wing lunatics, they're the far right, just like the far left, it tells me that's probably working to a degree, because his advisors would not say do that hard. If RFK get 5% of the popular vote, will RFK get... Well, I think RFK might drop out, man, honestly. Will he get 5%? Yeah, he'll get more than Gary, man. RFK was polling a lot better than Gary Johnson ever was. Russia will get the territories, and that's it. I know, but they've invested a lot. Would they settle for that? See, that entire thing is it's a pressure cooker, because they take those territories and there's still going to be really bad infighting, but at least you delay it. Fuentes is pissed about Project 20. Well, I bet he is. I mean, they Trump came out hard against it. How many weeks ago before the mainstream media reports Kamala has been battling alcoholism? I think they're going to try and keep Kamala as clean as possible. They want a rock-solid ceasefire in the Donbass region, which Ukraine violated last ceasefire. Facts. Well, yeah, there was going to be a peace agreement, and Boris Johnson ruined it, if you remember that. That was a while ago. Have you ever had issues with copyright? Yeah, this happened to a lot of channels. They'll just say your content is, there's something wrong with your content, a bot will flag it, and then you have to, and my monetization was down for 12 hours. You have to get an actual human to look over your channel, and then they add it back and they say we're sorry. And it's actually happened to people I know as well. Fuentes isn't even white. I mean, what is that last name? Mexican? I don't know what the last name is. What ethnicity? Russia sits on 11 time zones. They need more land. Well, a lot of that land is unusable most of the parts of the year due to how cold it is. But Russia, listen, I'm not going to say they want to reform the Soviet Union, because that is a liberal talking point. But I mean, obviously, they lost a lot of land in 91. They're going to want some of it back. That's just the reality. Is Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico your favorite state territory? I think it's classified as an unincorporated U.S. territory. Would that be my favorite territory that the United States owns? I mean, maybe. I don't know, man. To me, those places are not part of the United States. I want to see them voting in the election. Like, I would be fine with giving Rhode Island one electoral vote. They're liberal, but I'd be fine with it, because I just want all representation. Give Guam one electoral vote. Well, they would have to become a state for that, and I would do it. Fuentes is Cuban. I mean, yeah. I mean, his last name doesn't sound like it comes from Europe. Does Biden know that he is dropped out of the race yet? Well, that was the narrative with Biden. Biden is. Did you see? Oh, dude, why did that not save? There was a great video of Biden where they asked Biden, and this was today. They asked Biden, it was they were like, why did you drop out? Why did you drop out? And Biden just starts laughing. but it was so funny. Did you see what's going on with Chris Tyson? Yeah, that's bad news. That's real bad. And now Chris Tyson is Mr. Beast is trying to distance himself from Chris Tyson. Latest polls out of Greenland. Trump's up by 7 in the latest poll with Greenland. We're mining some rare earths, some nice minerals there. Do you prefer NCAA 14 or college football 25? I mean, listen, obviously I'm going to probably prefer the game, that was 11 years newer. Just the graphics are way better. But dude, NCAA 14 had way more stuff in Dynasty. It's been a real letdown with college football 25. $4.99 donation buys you half of a Big Mac. Well, you also have to cut it because YouTube takes a lot in terms of donations. You'd think it would be the other way around. Nick Fuentes run away with AOC. the ultimate culmination. The ultimate peace on earth. Rumble has to be as user friendly. Yeah, Rumble is bad right now. Listen, I like what Rumble is doing, but in terms of the usability, Ed, do you know like on Rumble you'll get like 3 straight ads before a video? It's crazy. Let alone like even loading the videos and just YouTube is so much easier to use than Rumble. All right, man. I'll see you. Russell Wilson is your choice. Well, yeah, there's going to be there's going to be some of these players that think they have the influence to run. Probably LeBron. The Rock is going to run. You know, this is what's going to happen probably in 2028 or 2032. What game is better? Miami, Florida, LSU, USC. I mean Miami, Florida is probably better because it's not a neutral site. But LSU, USC is interesting. Both of those games should be very close. They're fun matchups. They should rename Rumble to Buffer. Yeah, dude. But I don't really blame Rumble because running a video sharing platform is basically you just lose money no matter what. It's very hard. That's why no one can beat YouTube. YouTube has the oversight of having Google connected to it, the huge conglomerate. So it's easier for YouTube. Would you eat dinner with Kim Jong-un at Olive Garden? Well, he's a big boy. He needs his breadsticks. I'd have a sit down with him. I think Trump's probably going to meet with him again. Five-year-olds campaigning for Biden. Yeah, remember that? They paid kids to campaign for Biden. That's crazy. That's really bad. That's the thing. The left has gotten caught with all of these kids who are like my age and younger, and they pay them to campaign. It's very strange. I mean, they just don't have any support. That's because most of their younger voters really have no idea what they're... I mean, that's why you get this stuff with like Brat and like, oh, I'm trying to appeal to young voters. You shouldn't be voting in an election if you're voting for Kamala Harris because of some Brat thing or whatever it is. Yeah, I did watch the Bryson DeChambeau Trump golf thing. I saw it on X actually. Yeah, I did see the body cam of the sloped roof. Did you see the blood trail going down the side of the roof? Pretty crazy. Alex Jones should run. Man, Alex Jones is it's crazy what they did to him. That was back in 2018. They deplatformed. They colluded to deplatform him off of everything. What about streaming on Odyssey? Dude, you know what? This is what I'll say about Odyssey. And maybe you can correct me because I really haven't used Odyssey at all. But I feel like their interface is the closest to YouTube in terms of trying to mock it. Now, it still does not have the user friendliness because when you click on a video and you go full screen, it doesn't do it correctly. Like, it doesn't fit the screen fluidly like YouTube does. But it seems like they're trying to at least emulate YouTube, and Odyssey is at least... It's got a nice interface. The Trump age, according to Jones, he's got major health issues. And Trump's got major health issues? No, I think Alex was saying that they're going to try and kill Trump again. Guam may have the last Kmart store to have the last operating Little Caesars pizza station. Yeah, Guam's it'd be interesting if the United States just tried to incorporate Guam as a state. I mean, is Odyssey good though? Is it legit that Crooks had an FBI email? I haven't heard that anywhere. I mean, I'll look into it tonight if it shows up. But there's a lot of information going on around it. Kim Cheadle should be on the Mr. Beast show for a revitalization, for a rebound. She uses Mr. Beast as a rebound to try and manipulate kids into supporting her. And she's like, I'll just manipulate all these dumbass Mr. Beast 5-year-old supporters. Jones has health issues. Oh, Alex. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't surprise me if he does. I mean, Rogan said that as well. You can't see Van Jones running. Van Jones, Whoopi, they'd probably run in 2028. Van Jones tries his shot. He tries to run. You got one shot at it. He doesn't get a vote. Need JFK conspiracy videos? Yeah, I mean, I'll have to do some research on how those do. I agree. Odyssey is the closest thing to YouTube. I think they are getting close. Yeah, well, you know, Odyssey is also intertwined with, I believe, some altcoin, like library or something. So I believe that's also an interesting thing. If you spend $12 at Panera for a grilled cheese sandwich and apple juice, yeah, apple juice probably would cost $3 there. Alex Jones and Joe Rogan had a huge wrestling match where Rogan slammed Jones into his desk. Well, there was a time where they didn't really like each other, but I mean, I'm expecting to see Jones on Rogan's podcast very soon. You would expect very soon after everything that's happened, probably within a week or two. Shank Uger, didn't he get like one vote and then drop out of? Oregon has the last blockbuster. Yes, they got to keep it forever. It's their job. Trump's campaign slogan is MAGA, make oral great again. Yeah, there's been a lot of jokes about her younger days and how she worked her way up. Yeah, it is library. Yeah. Do you think that now is a good time to invest in Bitcoin, or will it go down? Well, listen, man, my perspective on it is at this point, you're never going to get rich investing into Bitcoin. It's just too big of an asset. It's got way too big of a market cap. I think its market cap is around $1 trillion. So basically, Bitcoin, in a way, it's a lot more, volatile, but in a way, it's kind of like a stock. Not. Obviously, it's going to go up and down a lot more, but it's just the market cap is so crazy. Even if Bitcoin has an amazing bull cycle, I mean, it's already gone up significantly. Like, honestly, if back in 2021, Bitcoin was worth 15K. And so it's already done like a 4 or 5, maybe even 6x, depending on if you sold it when it was 100K. But I just think, dude, if you don't know about crypto, it's very overwhelming. And with something like Bitcoin, you're just not going to get rich. Now, you might be able to make, from this point, maybe a 2x, maybe it goes to like 150, 160. Is that worth it? I'd probably just say honestly, if you want it like a top tier, just popular coin, I would just say like do something like Dogecoin. It's got a massive community. I think it'll easily 10, 15x. Dogs or cats? I mean, I like both of them, honestly. I've been seeing these videos of these palace cats. It's very, very. I do have a lot of animal videos that get recommended to me. I've been watching a lot of videos on baby giraffes and stuff, and just baby animals. But I think dogs are maybe a little bit better. All right, Ed, we'll see ya. What happened to NFTs? I mean, but it's the same thing that happened to cryptos. I mean, cryptos have gone down, during the bear market 90, 95%. But yeah, NFTs are just, those are things that you're just overcomplicating. And if you invested that, I mean, sure, people make a lot of money off of it if they do it right. But thoughts on Bill Belichick's new girlfriend? Yeah, those relationships, man. Look, I understand that, guys are like, man, you should be able to have that relationship if you've got the money and the clout, But I mean, it's a very awkward relationship. I mean, I'm not, they can do whatever they want. It is an awkward relationship. That's just what it is. But what if the Burj Khalifa gets attacked? Well, the way that building is built, I don't think it would. I think the top of it would probably, depending on how it got attacked though, the top of it would probably break off based on how the building is. If Trump was more Dorito color, do you think she would have protected him better? She's a clown, dude. Didn't she was like the CEO of Pepsi or some bullshit. Have you talked about the Massey case yet? Are you talking about the old woman that the cop thought she threatened to throw hot water? Is that what you're talking about? I'll talk about that if that's what you're talking about. Otherwise, I don't think I know what you're talking about. Thoughts on the missing flight? Dude, I remember when I was younger with that Malaysia missing flight. That thing had to have crashed into the ocean. I'm sorry. It obviously, the ocean is so big, but I mean, you could say, well, how is none of it recovered? MSNBC racist against orange people. Well, that would include Biden now. Remember, I mean, once Biden got advised by Hunter and Jill, they turned him orange. And they were pissed off about his makeup. They said he was too white during the debate, and they turned him orange. All right, so I will discuss that. I have seen the body cam video. I've seen the reactions of the case where the one police officer thought that the woman was throwing boiling water. The first thing I'll say on that, yes, you can. I think you should have lethal force to defend yourself. If someone is possibly in the act of throwing boiling water on you, like at your face, that fucks people up to where they're never the same. You'll get burns on your face. Your skin will fall off. You'll look completely warped. So boiling water is not anything to deal with. When I immediately watched it, I was like, man, this cop's screwed. And it's one of those, I mean, the number one thing is the cop did completely escalate that situation. I mean, he just immediately was like, you're going to throw that fucking water in my face. So, but then there's like a video where you can see maybe she was throwing it. It's kind of hard to tell what she was saying. It's an interesting video. Would you do any UFO videos? I've thought about doing them before. I just never did. There was what was it? The Phoenix Lights. Trump learned how to become a leader from a true leader of the free world, Joy Reid. Yeah, Joy might be the most deranged one, even more than Rachel Maddow. Even though Rachel Maddow said that Trump was going to put her in a camp. Skip Bayless being fired. Yeah, I mean, that dude's really old. He's like around Trump's age almost. I think he might be like 75 or something. You couldn't tell from a video. Yeah, and I looked in the comments and they zoomed in on it and looked like she might have been like looking like she was going to throw it, or she was like trying to, I don't know. It's hard to say because you could argue maybe she was trying to protect herself because there was a gun out. She was crazy and easily could have prevented it, but it was also an overkill. Yeah, well, the cop escalated the situation. I'll agree with that. But if there's boiling water, you can't really mess around with that, man. That's not good at all. What's your opinion of Marineland, aka the worst theme park in North America? I've never heard of that. Is Laura Loomer's credibility cooked? Dude, Laura Loomer, it's just constant crap with her. I mean, I know she's reported a few true things, but oh my god, man. I think it might be better for me to just, look, she's going to make a lot of money off of saying stuff on X for sure. The engagements are crazy, but a lot of that, what she says, it's embellished. And a lot of people are like, it is what it is. A lot of these people are just, I mean, there's at least, well, from what I see, like 10 to 20 people that it's just their full-time job is to post on X. I have no clue how much money you make for engagement on X. I've never gotten a single check from X for YouTube or anything like that. Or excuse me, for like engagements. Because X will send you like a paycheck if you're in their program or whatever. So I have no clue how much money these people are making, but there are people that are literally just tweeting things, trying to follow news, interactions, and that's their job, which I guess is cool. You know, Elon's made more jobs. And remember to hydrate. Yeah, I just drank a full water bottle, especially during these live streams. Can I be a mod? Yeah, I do need to make more mods. I don't know, man. You can't just be one. You got to try and earn it, or you got to try and earn my trust, I think. You think Kamala active sleeper agents with his strange phases? I don't know what that means. You think Kamala activates sleeper agents with her strange phases? I don't know. What is going on with these liberal women on X? It's always crap with. I'm gonna try and make another X account and just follow liberal algorithms and see what happens. My mother thinks Laura Loomer is Cat Turd. Well, dude, at least Cat Turd was like before any of this revenue. That was an OG account. Krasserstein is the worst. Dude, those dudes, they literally got famous off of having the notifications on and just being the first people to comment under Trump's tweets. I remember that. I did a video on it in 2017 on my old channel because it was literally every one of Trump's tweets. They would be the first comment and it would be like a paragraph of something and it would be 1 second after Trump posted. Does anyone remember the Trump weather? Nobody's going to remember this. It only had like maybe, I don't know how many followers it had. It was like the Trump weather report, and it like showed his tweets and then said if he was happy or mad. I remember that for some reason. That was probably like 2017. Great stream, good energy. I appreciate it, man. What do you think the October surprises will be? Let me just get on the record right now. If they try an October surprise with Trump, it's false. They made it up. How do I know this? Well, let's think about it. They had no October surprise on Trump in 2020 when he was an incumbent. So this idea that they're going to randomly find all this stuff on Trump, it's bullshit. On Kamala, I don't know. I said the October surprise on Biden was going to be the her tapes, and that's part of the reason why they removed him. But with Kamala, it's probably going to be a past experience where she slept her way up and was able to get some position. But I think that's already been revealed. I don't know. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? You know, he's a smart dude. Obviously, there was some crazy. You know, he had one of the most popular people. What was that, 2022 or something? They said he was like the most popular person, the most Googled person. So it's crazy how these people market themselves, and he's a no-name, and then suddenly he's this huge thing. I know he launched an altcoin himself there, a meme coin, whatever it is. But I don't really have a huge, I'm not a huge Andrew Tate fan, but a lot of the stuff he says makes complete sense when it comes to the behavior of men and women. You could say he's taking a little bit far with some of the stuff, but a lot of dudes now are taking it really far with this type of stuff. You got a fraud alert from America and Express by donating to your stream 3 times in 10 minutes. That's hilarious. What are the her tapes? It's just Biden. Basically, Robert Hur admitted that Biden was like brain dead when he was interviewing him, and we got the transcripts, but we didn't get the audio. The audio would have killed him, I think. Like, the reason they said he wasn't charged for that documents case was because he was like they couldn't charge him. He was so old and so inept, he didn't know anything. It's like, I feel bad charging him. Andrew Tate called out Mr. Beast. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Electoral college or popular vote. In terms of Trump winning, I think he can win both of them. But you're talking about what do I like? Well, it's been proven that the Electoral College is a lot better. Otherwise, you're going to have a hive mentality of people in New York and California deciding elections for a massive amount of land, a massive amount of area. It doesn't make sense. It's not scaled properly. You need to give everyone a voice. And so it's like this is the thing that they say about the popular vote. It's like, well, it makes more sense. Everyone gets an equal vote in places like North Dakota, South Dakota. Their vote technically is more because based on land population, it's more electoral votes versus California. Well, you have to understand, when you've got, you know, people in the crazy population density in San Francisco and all these people, they're like diversity and they all think the exact same way. Nobody in South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, you know, any of the SEC states, they don't think like that. We don't want our elections decided by fucking California every 4 years. Didn't Hillary's her tapes cost her the election in 2016? No, Comey reopened an investigation. I think that's what it was. Whether or not it costed it, it's hard to say with politics. It's like, you know, it's like the Hunter Biden thing. If that was actually reported accurately, would that cost Biden the election? You know, based on how close it was, you would think maybe possibly. I mean, but it's hard. You can't say for sure. Dems win the popular vote. They always do. Well, yeah, you would. The thought process though is, and this is what a lot of these you know, sites have it now as, it's like Trump's even the leader in the popular vote with like a 60% chance to win. Should we have a European millionaire make many grassroots donations to you? I'll take a Greenland millionaire maybe. Have I ever been to Trump Tower? When I went to, this was before Trump was even elected. I think it was 2014. It was like 2015. I think we did stay in Trump Tower. Yeah, so there's like massive TVs in there. I think it was only for 2 nights. It was either Trump. Yeah, I think it was Trump Tower in Chicago. Ever consider a theme song? I don't know. It's kind of tacky, especially for political videos. Did you see that? Yeah, I saw the body cam. Did you see the blood running down the roof? The dried up blood? Why were they talking about a bicycle? You think Anderson Cooper ever runs? Well, I mean, he's got like a CIA tie, and there's no way. But I don't think he wants to. October surprise, Trump calls someone a lesbian. They gotta make it more than that, man. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with, or if they come up with anything. Maybe it'll be like Trump's inner working, Project 2025. Trump Tower has massive TVs. Hillary lost because people hate her. Well, partially. I mean, there's many components. I mean, she had a massive lead in terms of pretty much every analytical model, all the polls. Biden's creepy whisper. Dude, I want to see him bring that back. That's... Am I religious? Well, I would say, yeah, I'm a Christian. I used to always go to church, but I would say I'm a Christian. Can I be a mod? Yeah, dude, you've actually been you've been pretty good. We'll put you as a mod. I think I got you as a mod, man. Remember how long CNN Plus lasted? Man, what a crazy joke that was. Remember when CNN tried buying Casey Neistat's app and lost like $30 million? And then I think they tried to, no, they didn't try and sue him, but imagine if CNN tried to sue Casey Neistat and said, your app just sucks so bad, we're suing you for, you've lost us $30 million. I mean, Casey Neistat stole like $30 million from CNN. They bought his app and it was horrible, apparently. Most liberal city in Ohio, Cleveland. Can I be a mod? Well, the thing is, we don't need like 30 mods. But, you know, I do need more mods because sometimes they're not here. The only... God damn it. Alright, Daniel, I added you. Just make sure nobody spams. Or if they start, like, multiple times doing troll comments every 5 seconds like that one dude was. What if the North Tower gets attacked, but just the antenna when it's getting missed? What do you mean? If the plane only hit the antenna, that would be crazy. That's almost like a bullet missing Trump. If the plane only hit the antenna, what a failure by the terrorists if that happened. But then they would crash it somewhere in New York, obviously. Definitely Columbus. I think Cleveland is. Well, yeah, no one should be muted unless they're trolling and they're ruining. They're ruining the conversation. Why are big cities full of libtards? It's more of a way of life for them. They like living in apartments, smaller living, not owning land. Also, normally they're younger. Younger people tend to live in big cities. Normally, it's a lot of the millennials that are liberal and they live in big cities. Are you gonna watch the Olympics? I mean, maybe the basketball. Have you ever heard of Bishop Barron? I never heard of him, no. Yeah, Columbus obviously is liberal. Guys, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati are all very liberal. Outside of that, it's Dayton's liberal, but all of the rest of it's conservative. Will New Hampshire go to Trump? It's about 50-50 right now, but it's impossible to say. We need more polling from obviously from Harris versus Trump in a lot of these states. Most attractive Democrat? I guess AOC. I mean, maybe there's a Democrat that I don't know that's really hot. Columbus sucks. I heard Columbus was getting really expensive. Opinion on Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC. Dude, I like it. I mean, obviously it's not like great in terms of, protecting conferences and keeping teams within certain regions and having fun things. But I mean, to see like Oklahoma against Alabama, Texas against Georgia, I mean, those are going to be really fun games. There's no doubt about it. It feels like a non-conference game. It's games that we never get, and we're going to get them now. Cleveland has a ton of Catholics, though. Yeah, but East Cleveland, it's very, 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 very liberal. All big cities. Yeah, I was trying to find the biggest city that was conservative. Without a doubt, the most liberal city in Oregon. Pretty obvious. Yeah, Portland. Yeah, there's a lot of liberals in Massachusetts. You're right. You live in Cuyahoga County. Dems are definitely the majority. East side, yeah, the east side's really bad. Kamala is money laundering. Yeah, her campaign is. What the hell did I just get donated? $20,000? I got donated what currency is that? It's probably $1. Taxes are still trying to save the United States of America. That's an interesting comment. Can you please tell me what currency that is? You giving me fake money? They're giving me some shitty altcoin. 20,000. That's what I get in my wallets. People will send you, creators of projects will send you their shitty altcoin. Most of New England is blue. Yeah, Massachusetts is Republicans not winning it. That's 3K, maybe 3 cents. Is that the Russian currency? Monopoly money. I don't even know you could donate that. It's $3,000, I'm sure. The grassroots are coming. Oh no, that's my sugar daddy. That's my sugar daddy coming in. Now we have to split it up between all of us. 1 billion, dude. Bangladesh, God, dude. I was reading some shit. I was reading a thread about India. Holy shit, man. Oh my God. You know, I was reading an article, a research article about settlers like going to Africa and just, oh my God, some of the stuff, like how people used to live is just crazy. It's $20 to $50. I don't know if I buy that, man. More liberal, DC or San Francisco? I mean, probably DC. It's $14.44. That's a pretty good donation. Do I have any pets? I do have one dog and one cat. Most conservative big cities are Dallas and OKC. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Frank, I appreciate it. Love your videos. We want you on Christy Mars podcast. I'm not sure who that is. I'll have to look into it. Is Sandusky a communist? No, Sandusky has Cedar Point, bro. I guess it's got an unfortunate name if you're talking about, you know, the Penn State situation, but am I allowed to donate money to the stream? I don't think that's possible, man. You can only donate money to me. This is called capitalism, buddy. I'm the only one that gets money. We're not doing socialism here. I'm kidding. Imagine if I appear on Piers Morgan. Guys, I randomly make an appearance on Piers Morgan. Should I just start going to my talking points? Phoenix is liberal and hell. It's every city. It's Korean. It converts to about $14.14. That's a good amount. I'll take that. I appreciate the Korean money. Dude said it was Monopoly money. You were just fishing in Sandusky. I mean, Cedar Point is right on the lake. It's a very nice spot. Me versus Chink on Piers. Chank. It's Chank, I think. Well, dude, Chank would get destroyed by me. I would just bring up his campaign that lasted 2 weeks and he didn't get a single vote. I know Chank goes on. Remember when Chank went on there and Alex Stein just bombarded him during the RNC? Favorite Cedar Point ride? I guess Millennium Force. My biggest donation, I think it was $100 maybe, but that was a while ago. I also got $100 randomly in a video. Apparently you can donate. Dude, that would be the biggest no-name. Indianapolis, isn't that liberal compared to other people? Yeah, I could see that. In Indiana, I could see that. And just looking at Indianapolis, bro gave me, I mean, $20,000. That's great. I can fund my meme coin addiction. Isn't Tampa pretty conservative? Yeah, I think Tampa's decently conservative compared to other big cities. Do I remember Brooke from your NCAA streams? Yeah, that was a hot girl that simped for me. Dude, that was a freaking... That dude was like a sad situation. I think they ended up getting banned or something finally. They wanted to get banned. The dude did. Dude hides behind a girl account, starts trying to troll. What are my video ideas for tomorrow? I'll have to look at the news and see. I do want to make a big time Trump assassination video where maybe I just do the video. I get out from behind the webcam and just make a video, just me talking and about it. I mean, it's so crazy. I don't think people realize. Plus, people are trying to say stop talking about it. Talk about Kamala. I mean, probably I'll look at Miami's turning. All the cities in Florida are turning. Man, it's crazy. I'm going on an Ohio Stadium tour. What does that mean? You're going to a Reds game and a Guardians game? They can pull the gay card with Buttigieg. I highly doubt they'll choose Buttigieg. But I mean, who knows? It's not like I have any inside info. I just look at the betting chances. Luck with women lately? I've been getting that question a lot. Not really. What is the stupidest question asked on a live stream? I couldn't even remember. I mean, it's probably something that I mean, it's obviously something that I probably wouldn't comment on because it would be bad in terms of me keeping, monetization and stuff. There's been some bad stuff. I mean, that's what it is on the internet, man. You got to expect that. Ohio State Stadium. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they probably do give tours at Ohio Stadium. The Horseshoe. What are the odds for VP? It is funny how I bring this stuff up and then I just end up looking at chat 100% of the time. I guess that's what the stream is for. Damn this computer. I gotta get like a $3,000 computer or something. Kamala endorsements, huh? Democratic VP Mark Kelly at 38. Wow. Mark Kelly has gone way ahead. Yeah, everyone's been saying they're getting Kamala ads, yeah. They got a huge funding apparatus. They saved all their money. They stopped spending it on Biden. Mark Cuban sucks. Yeah, he's obsessed with having white guilt. He's a multi-billionaire. He's telling white people to feel bad. And you're a multi-billionaire. Shut up. You're telling us we should, sacrifice. We're trying to just work. Opinion on the number one recruiting class in 2024 for Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State's always going to have a good recruiting class, dude. It's the same teams every freaking year. It's Ohio State, it's Georgia, Alabama's still recruiting very well without Nick Saban. Who would have thought? I mean, Alabama's recruiting very well again. What do you think the October surprise against Trump could be? Well, they're going to make something up. I'd have to really think about that. I'd have to think about what the surprise would be. Probably something to do with his past. I mean, he's got a long history of just existing in the public light. Guy's 78. He's been, in the public specter. Go back to the 80s on Oprah. Chat is on fire. Yeah, I got that donation from Korea. I started getting Koreans in here. That's why it went up. Arkansas third in recruiting in the SEC, maybe. You think OSU coach is close to getting fired? Probably not. And it's going to be only easier for Day to make the playoff with the 12-team playoff. He needs to beat Michigan. I think everyone expects that. Crooks reminds me of Dahmer. No. Crooks is a patsy. He's manipulated. There's no real planning, I don't think, with Crooks at all. He's a 20-year-old weirdo kid. That's exactly who they can manipulate. Exactly. I'm not saying it's for sure, but this is just what it feels like. Like the idea the kid acted alone and just walked up there and I don't know, man. You're a DEI expert. Yeah, Cuban's right. We gotta have a January 6th bowing session and then a white guilt bowing session. What if the Freedom Tower gets hit, but this time a bigger aircraft? Well, I mean, there would be a bunch of glass shattering everywhere just based on how it's built. it would be a mess. I don't think it would fall though. It depends how fast the plane was going, but no, I mean the Freedom Tower, the way it's built at its base, it's stronger, way stronger at its base than the Twin Towers were. I mean, obviously considering when it was built versus the towers going up in the late 60s, early 70s. Who do you think is the best VP pick for them? I mean, it's interesting. Kelly's, from Arizona, Cooper, North Carolina, Shapiro, Pennsylvania. I originally thought Shapiro, but it doesn't look like they're choosing Bashir. Kind of a weird choice from. I mean, I guess to me they're all just generic white dudes. Cuban. I know. I saw that he has a 2% chance. Wow, dude. There's 300K 300K in terms of dollars bet on him. That's pretty funny. Bro, an honest poll, 75% of people think it's an inside job. Even my two Libra friends do. Was that a poll that came out, 75%? Doesn't surprise me. Can we get a video on the Calgary Flames and do arena renderings? I was tempted to do that. I just don't know how well the video will do. Those are some very nice renderings. I was very impressed. It looks like a very clean arena. It fits Calgary. It's like a cold weather type arena. You've got the white on the exterior, kind of a smooth, futuristic design. What if there were 4 towers instead of the twin? Well, dude, how are you going to put 4 massive towers right next to each other? I think that in and of itself would be weird. Does Shapiro even want to jump into it? I mean, I don't know. It's all speculation. It really can't hurt. Even if they lose, I mean, how would they really blame Shapiro? They don't blame the VP anyways, and he would be in for 5 months only or whatever, 4 months. If the Freedom Tower is hit by a Boeing 737 MAX organically falling out of the sky, I mean, I don't know what would happen to it exactly. It's hard to say. I think the Freedom Tower would not collapse though. If you include the Twin Tower bathtubs, well, I think that's. You know what I think? Including underground is bullshit. I mean, I don't know how tall they would be, but it's the same thing. I don't like that they include antennas. I just think, what's the point? Nobody can go up there. The idea of including antennas for how tall buildings are, I never understood it. Thoughts on the OKC project? I've done videos on it. I think it's cool for them to try and do that. A lot of New York people don't like it. They want to still have the tallest building in the United States, but I think in North America, there's no way Canada has a taller tower, but will Ben Shapiro run for president? I mean, someone like Ben Shapiro, he would probably wait, I would say, until 32 or 36, 2032 or 2036. I mean, think about the Daily Wire trying to support him. What a shit show. Texas, Michigan, week 2, great helmet game. Yeah, those are 2 great programs. Shapiro said today he hadn't received vetting documents, so that's probably why he went way down in odds. That makes sense. DG 2036. That'll start my campaign fund. Yes. Yes. What if I launched my 2036 campaign right now? Oh man. Little birdie told me Oprah. I feel like Oprah's kind of irrelevant now. I don't think, does she have a show still? I guess Oprah's never irrelevant. With all the steam behind not only MAGA movement, but Trump alone, if they do assassinate Trump or steal the election, what are the odds of a civil war? Listen, this is what I think, and I can't even, somebody said this in the chat. I think there's not going to be a civil war. There might be skirmishes within cities, and I mean, we saw what happened with BLM and all that. There could be some bad stuff. but a civil war is going to be catastrophic for the United States. The problem is there's going to be Republicans that see all of these liberals saying they're glad that the assassination attempt happened because that's going to cause dialogue and possible copycats. And then if Trump actually does get assassinated because of that, Republicans will think it's a necessary evil because these people are so crazy. They killed our leader. They said they were going to do it. They laughed about it. That's when it gets really scary bad. And I don't know what Republican steps up. Is it Vivek? I mean, who speaks after that to try and gather the party? Yes, you formally endorsed me. I appreciate it. My first endorsement. Don't they have the endorsements pulled up? They show who endorsed who. Thought Shapiro went down because he's a Jew. Well, that was the first thing, and I also think he went down even more because I guess apparently he said he didn't receive vetting documents, so that's insinuating he's not going to be the choice if the others have received the vetting. Why did they skip 6 World Trade Center? Well, they technically skipped 4, 5, and 6. Those are just small office buildings. They didn't give a shit about those. That's all just collateral damage, like 4, 5, and 6. Civil War cities: Philadelphia, Phoenix, Seattle. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the cities exactly. I would say definitely Philadelphia, though. Cuban will endorse me. Oh man, this is just getting better. This night is amazing. Democrats haven't had a legitimate primary since 2004. They would argue 2008 with Obama. But I mean, we know the massive push for Obama with, first black president. Groups like BLM and Antifa would absolutely try and destroy the country if they hate America. I don't think BLM has much steam behind it anymore. I think it would probably be Antifa. But it depends. Listen, but you're just going to get a bunch of people that go out in the name of BLM, but they really don't support it. They just hate conservatives and stuff like that. Thoughts on crybaby Republican officer Tatum? I don't know about that situation. I mean, yeah, liberals would be outgunned for sure in a situation like that. I'll put a word in for Trump for my friends who are going to watch the Trump rally in Minnesota. Did you see the shit they said about? Oh my God, the way they treat Trump is so horrible. Now they're saying that Trump can't have outdoor rallies. Oh, because you fuck up everything and you nearly got Trump killed, now Trump has to contain it to just arenas with only like 13,000 people. I think that Tatum is a grifter. Well, I've seen a lot of conservatives, and yeah, but dude, let's be honest. Anyone that comments on politics does get called a grifter because it's easier to just agree with everything with one party because if you go against it, you're automatically hurting your bottom line. Automatically. The idea is most of your fans don't really give a shit if whatever you say, they just support you. I mean, that's what you want. A lot of these people have like millions of fans and they're all really, whether it's conservative or liberal, and if you say something, Anna Kasparian with the Young Turks, she started becoming more liberal conservative in terms of some of the points, and she got destroyed by the people that watch the Young Turks. That's kind of what happens. How will the Netanyahu affect Harris? It's a horrible look. I mean, this is literally Trump acting as the president. It's kind of funny, though. Who's ready for the old... Maybe I'll react to it on stream. Biden. But I mean, it's going to be anticlimactic. It's going to be you know, it pre-recorded. They're gonna try and get a video of him. You know, he doesn't mess up or he messes up the least. They'll record it 10 times. Do you use an election forecast model yet? The model that I use, none of the models are going to be updated properly because there's not enough polling in swing states. The way those models work is it's not just the popular vote. They need polling in all of the swing states, and then they formulate an average, an aggregate through all the polling with all the states combined. How much weight should I do for my bicep curls? Well, it depends on what you weigh. I can't really tell you how much to do. Maybe 25. You think outdoor rallies should be banned? There's a lot of paranoia, man. There's a lot of paranoia. I mean, it's obvious they want to kill him. I can't believe we're in this position. And I don't know how they, you know. I mean, it's like watching it's like we're watching a slow moving, not even car crash, plane crash with this. And I hope they don't do anything to Trump, but it's like we're just watching it, and it's like, you know, I can't believe we're in this situation. Why'd I stop going to the gym? I had personal issues, honestly, and I just never went back to it. I mean, I got good muscle anyways. No, man, you really should try and build muscle, you know? It's like, it's important. You look like a shrimp. It's just, women are just so unattracted to that. Toronto has their own football league. NFL isn't interested. I think the NFL could be interested. It's going to be a while before they expand. Will Wisconsin be stolen because their reinstallation of the ballot boxes? Wisconsin's going to be very close. It's going to be a very close state. Listen, this whole thing is going to be, we'll have to see how this plays out, but there's just a lot going on in politics right now. Would you be a good moderator? I have no clue. I mean, I never seen you talk. It's hard to say. Trump has more control over a geopolitical world than the sitting president. Oh, yeah. Trump's the most important person in the United States politically. That's not even a question. I would suggest for anyone's election modeling to track how far a state votes relative to the nation. It gives you a better perspective on what's truly a realistic flip to a fringe. So you think Minnesota's more realistic than Virginia? Based on how it voted? Yeah, I mean, Virginia was kind of a blowout in 2020. But I mean, so was Minnesota. Minnesota was like 8 points. Otherwise, you'll end up like Chris Christie. Chris is a sexy fella. I don't know about that. I don't want to see people making fun of Chris Christie. Outdoor rallies shouldn't be banned, but they should be discouraged. Yeah, does Trump really attempt something like that? But it wouldn't. I don't even think it would be a rally. How they would get him, it would be something else. They already tried a rally. Imagine Harris picks Jamal Bowman. Yeah, that would. They'd go full DEI then. Utah will always be red. I agree with that. Remember when Utah almost picked McMuffin in 2016? No point in commenting on here if you're not a favorite. I mean, dude, I just look at comments. I mean, listen, most people only, you know, you got to donate money. I just read comments. Colorado might swing. Lots of MAGA. I doubt it, man. Did Ohio really remove 160K from registration voters? I didn't see that. How much longer will I be live? Not very much longer, man. Normally I do 2 hours. I did do a stream, you know, yesterday at like 2 a.m. You think Tatum's heart is in the right place, but he's just all over. Candace Owens is a better alternative. Yeah, it was Kansas Owens would get like a 95% approval rating within, I feel like, Republican Party. What happened to Rand Paul? Ra- ra- he just never caught on. I guess his time would have been 2016, and it never came close to happening. Really, it's just the Trump wave destroyed any political national chance he had. About that's what I would say about Rand Paul. I mean, I kind of liked Rand Paul when he would talk, but he had no chance. I mean, the only thing I remember from Rand Paul is Trump in 2016 at that hangar with the airplanes in the background, being like, "I have no clue why Rand Paul is here." On the end, he doesn't even have 1%, and it's just a funny moment. Would you move to California for beautiful women? I don't think that should be a decision maker there. You can find a good uh, woman anywhere. Are you going to go to a Trump rally this year? It'll be your last chance. I mean, I don't know. He'll probably not going to have. I don't think Trump's going to have a rally in Ohio because it's not really a swing state at this point. But normally he does come to Ohio. But that was when it was a swing state. 1864, Abraham Lincoln was in the exact same situation as Trump. He was shot by a sniper and was missed allegedly by 2 inches. Past the set, just crazy 160 years later. Yeah, and we know what happened. It's to Lincoln. It's Trump's in a great spot because all of the swing state vote minimum of 2 points to the right of the nation. Yeah, I agree with you. Thoughts on Mitt Romney? He's just, dude, so Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan and John McCain, there's such a disconnect from like modern conservatives. The issue with those guys is they just get walked all over by the media. There's no punchback. They're the prototypical 1992, conservative evangelical side. We're just here. Ah, shucks if we lose. Ah, that's all right. We'll get destroyed by Obama. I mean, McCain got trounced. Got to get rid of Brown in Ohio. Dude, they love Brown. I don't know. It's going to be hard to get rid of Brown, especially with Moreno. It seems like Ohio, in terms of president, they like conservatives, but some of the governor, it's a little bit different. You get Mike DeWine, dude's a literally like John McCain type personality. With a war chest DeSantis has, I definitely see him being a front runner in 2028. Also convinced choose Trump as his running mate in 2028. I think Trump's too old at that point, man. I don't think that would happen. I think Vance would probably honestly pick I don't know, but like a female. But DeSantis, you're saying he has a huge war chest. Yeah, I think DeSantis kind of realized that it was looking really bad for him against Trump. He went away, and he's trying to just let things settle down, and it seems like Republicans are starting to like him again. Are you still feeling confident about Trump? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to change, in a few days, things like that. Trump will win the black male vote. Probably. I mean, maybe like 40% I'd say. Remember when Trump made fun of McCain after he died? I'm a Trump supporter, and when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, here he goes again. He's like, let me see if I can quote him. He was a war hero because he got captured. I like people that don't get captured. When I was younger, I laughed at that. I'm not even gonna lie. Are you confident in Arizona and Georgia? Really hope Trump wins them. Those are key states for Trump. Mark Kelly makes it interesting being from Arizona. Dylan, what's up, man? Vance is from Ohio, so he'll probably come through. Yeah, Ohio. Maybe Vance will do a solo rally. Or maybe Trump. Normally Trump goes. I don't remember where Trump went. I know one time I think he went to Cleveland. One time it was like rural. I mean, he does go to a lot of rural places, but I don't think he can do that anymore. It has to be arenas. Sherrod Brown voted with Biden. I know it's surprising that people like him so much, considering the state's more conservative now. It's just due to the incumbent advantage, I think. Who are the greatest redheads in history? We don't have many. Maybe Ed Sheeran. I don't know. What is something small that changed all of history? Maybe purchasing. Maybe a land purchase by the United States. Joy Reid needs significant help. She needs the therapist. It's not going to happen though. She's only going to dig herself deeper. Yeah, we'll have Vance come to a rally in my backyard, see what he says. I wonder if the real purpose of all the cubicle walls of the Twin Towers was only just for what regular office building was supposed to have when working on a computer. Yeah, man, those cubicles are brutal. I mean, that area probably they would have renovated that shit. Like those cubicles are bad for like a work environment as well. Some people do like them for privacy, but with that open floor plan, you've just got so much space with no interruptions of walls, so they had to put those cubicles in. Copper Cap. Yeah, that dude. That dude was a troll though. People fell for it. Is he still around? I heard maybe we could buy Greenland from Denmark. Yeah, I talked about that. I think it's possible. They don't want to sell it right now. We'll see. Alex, I appreciate it, man. Can you try to do some of my suggestions tomorrow? Yeah, I'll have to look into it and see if I can do one of them tomorrow. It depends because some of them have to get checked by like any 9/11 video has to get checked by like a human to make sure it's safe for ads. Shower in the morning or before bed. Normally I do it in the morning more so than before bed. Still nervous about Dems cheating again? Well, listen, we got to let's get some concrete proof if they do it this time, because it is going to be a very close Well, I don't know if it's going to be a very close election, but some of the swing states like the Rust Belt's probably going to be very close. Maybe Trump can win it by 2 or 3. It's possible. Remember when Trump said he could shoot someone and not lose any votes? Well, that's partisan politics. I mean, the Democrats can skirt democracy and it looks like they're gaining voters. Joy Reid has like does she have Trump hair or was that a wig? I mean, what is going on there? Guess the other reason for having the cubicle walls either because due to all of the windows with the open floor plan. Yeah, it was just because of the open floor plan. Remember when Van Jones actually cried when Trump won? He said it was a whitewashing or like a white lash or something. He said all conservatives were racist when Trump won. They were so shell shocked. They never thought it was possible. Look at all the polling in 2016. Any thoughts on the current Biden situation? Disturbing. Very disturbing. The one video of him, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to. It just. Shouldn't the nominee be decided by the party? Elon Musk coming out. Kamala Harris said, well, this is all older videos. They're starting to do a blitzkrieg campaign on her. This is what I was talking about earlier. Black Lives Matter calls Democrats party of hypocrites for installing Kamala Harris as party nominee. I might have to go all the way down. And what the hell is this? They really got to do this to Joe. Joe Biden. It's a sad meme. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Please give me the Biden video. What the hell? Is that AI? Yeah, that's AI. I was like, is that from when Canada? He called it a white lash, you're right. At least Don Lemon is gone. Yeah, that whole situation was weird. Don Lemon and Tucker are gone on the same day. They try and I guess absolve themselves from all the hate that they would get. She signed up for every single one of Joe Biden's failures. Yeah, that's what they're going to start saying. Who leads if Harris is the nominee? Trump up by 3, at least this site says. Trump was beating Biden. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I'm trying to find this one video of Biden. Kamala Harris thing. Yeah, they're just doing all the same thing. What is this? Daily Wire releasing another movie? Dude, remember Daily Wire's movie, My Son Hunter? And they had a fat dude play Biden. Oh man, that wall does not look good enough. We're gonna reinforce the wall. Dude, what the hell? It would be cool if that McDonald's was open. Yeah, it would be kind of interesting if that opened. Do you have sympathy for Biden? You know, I got asked that question at the beginning. I mean, I think Biden's totally delusional, but it is what they did to him, the blackmail of a president. It is pretty outrageous. What would you do during the purge? I mean, I think people would develop underground bunker areas. That seems like the most obvious thing, you know what I'm saying? And then even if someone wants to come down and get you, you just have a gun aimed at them. That's the most obvious thing. It's the most obvious thing, come on. If I were a fish, the Democratic Party couldn't convince me to swim. Very nice, man. I appreciate it. I want to see Trump against Biden. They really got to do this. Biden should just give up and step down so we could see a nice match. Here it is, guys. An administrator assistant, just 2 inches, and we're home free. Come on, heart attack. Oh yeah, imagine they blame a heart attack for Trump's death. Hilarious. There's 0 Republicans that are going to buy that bullshit if that's what they claim. Do you think the 2028 election will be exciting? I mean, I would imagine. You were all sucking off Biden a couple of days ago saying he was fine at 81. You're full of shit. Well, it's just they're trolling. I feel like they're trolling. They have to know. Yeah, we were never getting that golf. Biden can't walk. There's no way he would be able to make it. Did you see the Cheadle case, the hearing? Yeah, it was terrible. Didn't answer any questions. Pathetic. I'm still live. Yeah, I gotta shut it down. Dude, I was trying to find this video. I mean, I don't know what you would even search for this video. It was like Biden coming off a plane. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Why did you drop out of the election?
Dude, he just laughs.
Why did you drop
No,
out
he's. But this is the weird thing with Biden. It's like he's ready to take a question. Like, what do you think you're gonna be asked? Seriously. So he approaches it. He's ready to take a question. He doesn't hear it the first time, and then he hears it and he just starts laughing. It's strange behavior.
Why did you drop out, Mr. President? Why did you drop out of the election?
Why is he laughing? What is funny about that? Dude, did you hear the one reporter? He was like, "Can you give us a whisper? Can you do your whisper for us?" And he started laughing. This would be his reaction.
Why did you drop out of the election?
But what question do you think you're going to be asked? Why is that funny? That's a Joe Biden double? I don't think so, man. I think that's Joe. What if Biden goes on a revenge tour and drops... Dude, I want to see... But the question is Biden going to bring out his whisper tomorrow during the address? What if he's like, and I got a message for Kamala Harris. I'm still the president, bitch. That's going to be the end of it. I wonder why helicopters were not in use too much on the South Tower. Probably. Oh no, what do you mean used much on the South Tower? It's just impractical. Like, you're gonna land on the South Tower for what I mean, it's an office building. There's not much reason to do that. But they just had a helipad up there, right by the observation deck. What do you do to avoid getting bored? Well, mostly I just make videos, but look at crypto, things like that. Biden's running in 2028. I want to see it, man. I want to see Biden running. I want to see Biden somehow kick out Kamala tomorrow. Dude, I hope he does the whisper tomorrow. If Biden does the whisper, I'm becoming a Democrat. Okay, I'm becoming a liberal if he does the whisper. Climate change is a hoax. Well, listen, we have to understand the premise of climate change, investing a bunch of money into it, that is a bad idea, but the climate is always changing. That's what happens. It always changes no matter what. Look at Venus. Do you think Biden was convinced to drop out for a life supply of ice cream? Well, I mean, he can't even eat much ice cream anymore, dude. He's too old. He can't digest it. That's just... I'm just being honest. Would you consider posting these to Spotify? Well, it wouldn't make sense for that, because you would have to be able to see what people are asking in terms of questions, because I just react to questions normally. When will you go live next? Probably tomorrow. I'll react to the Biden speech. I hope he does a whisper or something. Please do the whisper. I want him to whisper a threatening message to Kamala. Harry Sisson has been relocated to CIA headquarters where he'll finally learn how to write a woman. Well, hey, dude, those operatives or whatever you want to call them, influencers that get paid money, it's so sad because, like, the kid was supporting Biden when everyone was like, dude, what are you doing? And now it's like the kid looks like a dumbass. He's just being paid to do this, but it's a sad situation. What time tomorrow? Probably, I normally stream at like 8 or 9. What if China lands on Mars first? Yeah, that would be interesting if they got on Mars first. What if the Sears Tower was attacked? Psst. Kamala only got here because she slept with 50 men. What if Hunter comes out and starts talking? They really have to let loose tomorrow and bring out Hunter. My son Hunter. You're a Biden. Act like it. That's what he said to Hunter. Who do you think will win the Natty this year? Probably Ohio State. There were articles about using AI for Biden's speeches. Dude, you gotta see Biden's the AI. Imagine this. Oh, it was on there. Jesus Christ.
I know yesterday's news was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me.
It just sounds. The end of it just sounds so fake. You poured your heart and soul into it. Not that it even matters if it's fake, it's just funny. Let out your inner Elliot Roger. There's a name. Wacko. Ugh. It sounds distorted. The end of it sounds fake. Not that it matters, but yeah, the roof slope thing is the biggest crock of bullshit ever. Is Biden's dog biting considered an official act? Well, I guess it is because the thing bites like 50 Secret Service people apparently. Do a Freedom Tunes reaction video. I've never seen that. Don't understand K-Ford watchability ratings. Yeah. Those ratings don't make any sense to me either. They don't even have Michigan, Ohio State. Do you think humans will be able to land on Venus? Not humans now. It's too hot. There's no point in investing. There's no point in investing money to land on Venus when it's that hot. Deport Kamala back to Canada. I don't even know where Kamala was born. California? I don't know. What is my type? I don't know. Maybe an independent girl that's skinny and shit. Really, probably not a blonde, but the guy that died on January 6th was from Biden's dog. I think Biden's dog was responsible for most of the injuries on January 6th. Is AI too real? Well, it's going to be too real soon. Biden's dog is the only respectable man. I heard Biden's dog is going to be speaking tomorrow. They're going to bring Joe out. He's going to talk. Then Hunter's going to talk. Then Jill's going to announce she's running in 2028. And then the dog's going to come out and start just biting everyone, mauling everyone to death. Biden's like, I'm fucking done with you people. Biden needs to come out and actually do something. I want to see him to be like, just fuck you all. You've ruined my life. You blackmailed me. What if the entire financial center was attacked? Well, but what is the reason for that? I mean, it would probably be more of a... They probably wouldn't do it with planes for the financial center. Petite brunettes. Yeah, that's a good type. Lauren, yeah, did you see the what was it, the blowjob? Harris was born in California, yeah. Biden's dog needs a Medal of Honor. I like the dog. Do I have a girlfriend? No. You see Trump moved from minus 225 to 195 after Biden dropped. Was that the actual movement? But Andrew, understand this. This is what I was trying to get people to understand. When it comes to a situation like this, it was literally best case scenario for Trump. They were split. They were not spending any ad money on Biden. So Biden was inevitably going to go down in the polls. Half of the Democrats, maybe most of the Democrats, didn't even want him. So it was always going to be better for like the amazing scenario for Trump. And then once they rallied around a candidate, then that Kamala or whoever it was going to go up. Like it was just the perfect scenario for Trump for those few weeks, and that's why he became such a huge favorite. What if the towers got attacked differently with an atomic bomb? Well, I mean, that would be a catastrophic situation. Nobody would care about the Twin Towers if it destroyed all of New York. That would be a completely different thing. When is your birthday? September 28th. I do want to see Hunter Biden come out and just be like, just give me a daddy. Daddy, what are we going to do? Daddy? Thoughts on the U.S. men's basketball team struggling? I think it's exhibition games. Cooper Flag. I have heard of Cooper Flag, yeah. The Great White Hope. Kyle Flapowski. Boy, I don't know what happened to Kyle Flapowski. He dated like a 28-year-old woman or something, I don't know. Who was Mormon. Watch Republicans never win again. I mean, there's already hell in this country. Russia and Ukraine starting peace talks. Yeah, with the anticipation Trump getting elected. It's like he's already president. I know, it's crazy to even have this. Betting life savings on Trump win. I think there's better places to invest than something like that. There's a deep social rot and issues with technology. Yeah, with the way people are developing, it's harder. Feel like you'd be a great comedian. No, I do think being a comedian is a lot different than just off the cuff stuff. You have to like develop shit. Monday, August 12th. Well, let's see if you can predict it. August 12th. That's what is that? When is the DNC? I heard now the DNC is like August 20th. I thought it was earlier in the month, but apparently it's like August 20th or later in August. Do I have any pets? Yeah, one dog and one cat. Damn, I'm still on. Is it really that? I mean, that's like the third person that said that. I mean, dude, I just randomly stay on or get off. It doesn't really, it just depends. How old am I? I answer these questions every year. I'm 24. Where did you learn to speak so eloquently? I mean, just no. I mean, nowhere. You know, I don't know. Republicans are going to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. How so? With the Vance pick? Guys, let's not overreact to this Kamala bullshit. We knew this was going to happen. It's going to happen at the DNC. Bet USA is Trump minus 250. That's crazy. Alec Baldwin, he got out of jail or whatever. I don't know if he was even in jail, but... How late do you sleep in? Normally like 8:30, 9. I go to bed. I'm gonna try and get a better sleep schedule. I go to bed at like 2:30, wake up at 8. Who will be the front runner Republican? It'll be Ramaswamy, Vance, and DeSantis in 2028. Kamala, yeah, this is her best week in terms of hype. This is her best week in terms of all the hype she's getting. What is the most rhino state in terms of bad politicians? Maybe Utah or South Carolina. In terms of Republican politicians or Democrat. Dude, I can't believe Montana has a fucking Democrat governor. Celsius or Red Bull? Probably Red Bull, I guess. Dude, I can't even drink that shit anymore. It's like 200 milligrams of caffeine. I don't know. It's crazy, man. I could guzzle. I had pre-workout that was like 350 in 2021. 2022. I had like Sportex. Man, I lost all those videos. That it sucks that I lost all those videos. I mean, I deleted the channel, I guess, but it sucks. I wonder if the hype dies down by next week. Yeah, it will, but they're hoping that the DNC will pick it back up again. Kamala sex tape released. Well, save it for the October surprise. Save it for the October surprise. Have you ever been to Yellowstone? No, I haven't. Yeah, that is the gimmick. 100% sugar-free, whatever. I mean, they've got sugar-free anything caffeinated. It tastes good. Dude, Monster, the white flavor, whatever it is. I mean, it's like 5 calories. It's just filled with fucking chemicals, but it's good. I remember drinking a lot of that. Good evening, yes. Review every World Financial Center building. Yeah, that's something I'll think about doing it. You can't drink Mountain Dew anymore. Dude, when I was younger, I loved Code Red. That was the Mountain Dew of choice for me. Has the Panera death count in Ohio with... How's the Panera? Yeah, that was a crazy, man. I can't believe... I don't know what that was. I didn't even look into it. But how do you have like a pre-workout level milligrams of caffeine at fucking Panera Bread? DNC will be... I know, that's what everyone's saying. The pro-Palestine people will ruin it. If Kamala was +4, what were Michelle Obama? No, she wouldn't be +15. Maybe like +8, maybe +7. Michelle Obama will run next cycle. Please no. Please no. It's midnight in my state. Yeah, it is. If the Chicago Sphere with... dude, I meant to make a video on that. It's a cool situation. They dug out the foundation of it. They never built it, and it filled with groundwater, and it was just rusting. And then now they removed it. It was literally just a hole in the ground in Chicago, right along the water. If it got attacked, I mean, it would be a skinny building. I don't think, it depends how it gets attacked. We need DG merch. Well, dude, I do have a logo. But I would have to get more followers for that. Sweater Miles Garrett. Come on, Brian. Stop. You must be a Bears fan. Are you going to do a Dynasty mode? I'm seeing if they do updates to all of it. I can't play Dynasty right now because the sim engine is horrible. Dude, I loved Dr. Pepper when I was younger. Yeah, Dr. Pepper was my #1 soda. It will be Hillary in 2028. It's a nightmare, dude. It's a nightmare. Mountain Dew MDX. I don't remember that now. The Stephen Colbert run. Yeah, he'll probably like freaking rip off his glasses during the campaign. Imagine being so bad a candidate that you were forced out by the race by your own party. Yeah, I mean that is what happened. It's pretty crazy as an incumbent. Navy or Army for Dynasty? I would do Navy over Army. Navy's less popular. Would you live in a tall skyscraper? No, I need land. I can't live like with people under me. But I mean, I'm sure I could. I mean, there's amazing penthouses and things like that that have like 3 floors for one person and stuff. I mean, that's how Trump lived. Yeah, I think that's the hope. Hamas people flood Chicago and they ruin it. You're gonna wait for college football 26. Well, you're gonna wait a year. They said they were already working on college football 26. That's hilarious. All right, Eli. Good night, man. Growing out a beard? No, no way, man. My beard doesn't grow properly. I normally keep stubble though because it helps just make you look more masculine, I guess. Will The Rock still run in 2028? That's just a guess by me. I don't know. I mean, I think he might try as an independent, maybe as a slight liberal. If Trump wins in 2024, maybe he tries as like a moderate liberal. Why are so many new skyscrapers so skinny? It's just like a better aesthetic, I think. Plus, you don't need a lot of office space nowadays. Most of it's like hotel, apartment bullshit. Nobody goes to offices anymore. More Kamala ads. I think it must be spending money, man. They must be spending a lot of money. Timmy the traffic cone, dude. That was like newbie, uh, like trolling of trans. Remember that? That was when everyone was like a noob with it in like 2018. I found a Hawaii team with Aloha Stadium. Really? Wait, how'd you get Aloha Stadium? Any big news today? Yeah, there was a body cam footage released of that after the assassination on the roof. What happened to the light you used to have? I still have it. I just don't use it, I guess. I'm trying to get like one of those multicolored lights and I'll probably put it back there. Kanye West 2028 NPC take. Oh man. All right, guys. I am gonna get off. I probably will stream tomorrow. It just depends. Normally, I do stream around 8 to 8:30. Um, I was the county police. Were they told to shut off their body cams? I didn't see that report. I'll have to look at it. But I'm not gonna say what city I'm from, man. But make sure you follow me on X. I gotta put that link in the description for these live streams. I keep forgetting to do that. You're trying to get me canceled with some of these questions, but that's gonna do it for this video or the live stream.